Luanda in Angola. It was loaded with oil drill equipment and lubricant oil, which were contained in jerrycans. It was headed for the EU market. Now, Luanda does not have the certification to carry out the sort of requirements that this plane had to meet before entering the EU market. Now, the specific requirement is a scanning and screening RA3 procedure, which is a requirement to enter the European Union. Luanda doesn't have it. The Swiss cargo facility at the Kotoka International Airport has that certification, and they can do that kind of scanning. Whilst here, it developed an engine blade fault. Its engine blade was damaged, and then it was also detected that there was severe oil leakage, which required immediate attention. For that reason, a replacement aircraft, URCEZ, with registration number CVK 7007, was brought in to evacuate the cargo. The aircraft that was damaged remained here for 13 days. That is between 12 March and 25th March 2025. After it had been inspected by aviation security, officials of the Narcotic Control Commission, officials of National Security and National Intelligence Bureau, no contraband or unlawful commodities were found on the aircraft. Now, the second aircraft in question is a Hawker 800 XP with registration number N823AM. Now, this aircraft is operated by an organization called AirMed International, which is based in Birmingham, Alabama, in the United States of America. It operates as an air ambulance. Now, Air Medical International flights in Ghana are handled by Tropicana Airlines. Now, this plane landed in Ghana on 20th March from Gran Canaria, Las Palmas, Spain, having gone through Luanda in Angola. Now, it was also here for a technical stop, which is refueling and crew rest, which is perfectly legitimate activity. It was cleared to land in Ghana with clearance number GAF TWXR 252604 OFAA 0297/25. Now, whilst it was landing in Ghana, it developed a tire burst and some difficulty with its landing gear, and therefore needed to remain here to be serviced. So another aircraft with registration number N864 arrived on 22nd March with tires and flight engineers from Luanda to replace the damaged tires of the aircraft. Now, once this was fixed, it departed the Kotoka International Airport on 25th March. The aircraft was once again inspected by officials of aviation security, officials of national security, officials of the National Intelligence Bureau, and NACOC, who made sure that it did not contain any unlawful substances, as alleged by Reverend Intim Fojo. So, in a nutshell, the claims of Intim Fojo are false. He cannot prove it. That is why he is running away from the investigative bodies. He is unable to provide any shred of evidence to back his claim.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Sisi kura ya start efrefre. Biso makacha IGP say sebio yenye ya adwen say best sasa no. Police peyi biya wo galamsey area biya no. Mama order say ye yi omu ina efro. Na ya fa afofro nko. Enti obi a district commander, divisional commander, regional commander wo galamsey area biya no me say wo kan ho, wo nkan ho, me ka say wo kan ho. You say what na ho ate. We dey you way free ho because what na ho want to be fight galamsey no. Enti ye you way free ho. Na ye di afofro so akọ. Ene ya me ka say police one na afofro na e do wo ko ho. So me mensa. Ya hu sakre ya o se be you way free ho. Na ye be yes as say to say ye be nya resource because ye hu say nsembone onkofo di e a wo mo say ye wuram ne ye kwaye mu no. Wo mo ne sebio ye nuanu mu bi a ye di sa adwumadi na hye wo mo nsa say wo mo bɔ ho ban no. Wo mo ne wo mo na e kana na wo mo di sa adwumadi no. Enti edu wo ye sramo na say eji obi be fa wo so say ye say ye transfer me the sromo anu hu say Bisane say enfa na wo. O say mo Eastern region ka say we dey asam kese. O say o me obekwai ka say asam kese. Baby agalam say area no be a Western region. Obia can say there be. Sa dey yet me say ya because yes say say ka so oh we dey Malam Dudu ne be pa chonti ye ma no wo ho. E kina Akabonga Sarki Akabonga so beba. And now say Yama Malam Dudu there na akọ free no. Also there no. Yama also there no. Also there ne Jana adetia Madam Dudu there so beba. Also there ba say what my Yama Malam Dudu. What my Malam what my Sarki Akabonga. I don't know they want to me Yama no. Adetia e come so no there beba. Obehunu na je na na ide. Na say it is
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Baby, when you say first na ye binumu ye shut down pe politics. Ye say politics for no money o money ntomunye. Ba na mumu binumu so nti enyina ye ni agi say ye beboa ma o man na akoso. Na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ma o man na lawyer for enyina pon akofia koda. Nyamishra.
EpaHoaDaben.
Sa decisions we need on the monetary policy rate in a T-bills rate, you know. A bit may achieve the same results, but a bit may artificial. At the end of the day, you will succeed, say, obey shrinking from the system because our monetary policy rate is 28%. But the T-bills rate, you know, it discourages amount from buying. Inti, so man from Koshe baby fufra. Still, so can in the system no more hoarding. Until you may think so will control inflation. There's one more pay up sika, but indeed, one more pay up sika. Scanning for one more thing. Or T-bills rate to cost ra, then they pump the money into the system. To be a bit say, oh, I have succeeded with the monetary policy rate to reduce inflation, but ne womu pa ne say artificial. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's what I've been on that. That's what I guess I need to I've been. What's up, man? I'm on light questions. So no, do Prof. No, my fairy.
Because the analysis and I'm okay. So, say if your focus is inflation, yeah, why have that down?
Open that down. You create a lot of artificial issues. And for me, share a my on your machine marketing. Sika okay.
EpaHoaDaben.
Follow football be brave, but interview our year no interview the super interview our year no and they walk can let's say Ghana still crown to add in the future. Say me analysis.
Let me say we interview na me person busa say one kasa na bi na kuta no I don't know me person hu agenda be free buy.
Oba de na de ma mi o.
Because question now to tuma ma no de fa na no shi pa. Cha say ko be dia to no we chasing no we free no we chasing. Asa na question no ntimi to what sama papa.
Shake me that say Nyamishra nyina.
EpaHoaDaben.
Why am the papa ubojuma pa Nyamishra.
Amen.
Nyawa hu de hu wa boy pa.
Mame mo abaso.
Me that say.
Me empire ne say be happy FM na or ko BBC.
Amen.
Because we to me put 2 questions. I mean, we say yes, in Sancho Juma and yet the Asimbia na who are working. We you move to answer. We the chair say BB Edino Yam Farmer Yankopon Shop, I bought a basso. Yeah, we no. Yeah, monitor Yankopon so. You said the oye na be do any mama Yankopon book my part to any mama.
So much it be.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Free. Oh my God, free. Ejumadene ahufama osompa ni enimia. Omaye betum pong na ye mai benya hoto. Unso ye ufa yana. Free yenara memwa kwaba eba EpaHoaDaben jumedie. So you want to check the time right about now, and over here 26 minutes gone past 2. Bidini Bismark Brown obetimi afremi BB meda wase bebre se na wi nso bo ade nyankopon ede yenkwa na yahoden amayen na wo sore ye wanfo afidi anto babia na de to 98.9. ye ba wi ase ya na oman Ghana ne sumti ne yenamo ejidi se awie nso aye krado se wo be kan ye ho na ye nyina da ye di oman ni mu nkomo oman ne ye nyina ye man enye party bi nko aman enye eye amanyofuo bi nko aman Ghana ne ye nyina ye dia ye nyina ye wo chefa wo mu enu ti na no MPP fo e de oman ne hye wo mu nsa na ene oman no ye de ahye NDC fo nsa MPP ne NDC fo e Ghana fo enti oman ne ye nyina ye dia enti se edubni bi a oman ne kodi afa bi a anase akonwa ne kodi efie fufuro mu a ewo se ye nyina ye de ani di amamuo nachi na niema kɔ na nkoyie ewo se ye ka ema wo nya wadwene se wo aban mu ntino ense se obi bɔ wo kyem so ana asɛm aba se ne wo pese nkɔfo kano no saa na wo so mo kano wo man kane saa na kyerɛ se omo ya atamfo ohunu ni saa wa mamuo no beti ohunu ni saa efutu a wo se wunya no wunya se ohunu ni saa feedback a wo se wunya no wunya pedifo kakasa bi se de wo twa sa no eya wonim se nachi no achia because esa na wo twa no otwa kɔ nanim esa yinso a wo twa wasiniti ase ena wo bu ni mu ase ena wo twa no de kwa to da bia wo twa esa no wo de wuri sense wo kɔ wanim nti wadwene nyina ne se ekwan ne tene nanso ni wo firi wachi ba no ono na ohunu se esa ya papa yi twa de esa ya chia se open yie pese esa no etene a ewo se wutie sa feedback no wonji sa feedback no kura ndi a wo de bo break na hwe wachi hwe se no kura pa na nipa ne kana enti wo sa na wo se amemmuo no yebu no sa na wo se ehyehyeye no ye no sa na wo se ye kono se be ya ye nyina ye benya enepa e de afiri amemmuo ni mu na no na MPP wo power esa ne se NDC fo ya Ghana fo a omo wo chefa wo Ghana ni munti ne wo se wo mo kan wo mo kan ye issue se wo so mo raise ye question se wo so mo busa ye echi boy wo so mo boy ne ya atamudidi nso mo ka bi hu esa ne se wo mo chefa wo oman ni mu omo wo chefa wo man ye ni mu na MPP wo power the economy agija ene man koyi a exchange rate nam soro petrol prices kosoro abrabo mu aye den mebunu edwane free wo man ni mu no na eka NDC fo na eka MPP fo wono mu a endom parties menu nyina nso na wo mu so eka wo mu international NDC aba power na anamontuo bi akoso decisions bi akoso policies bi aba na timemufo ni bi susu se enkoyie ma wo mu a omo akwanya bia omo okwan bia se wo so omo so ka wo madwene na omo kire wo madwene fa mamu no because emra na NDC MPP wo power NDC for kire wo madwene wa mamu no ho se de omo susu se wo se ekọ krono a ekoso boni ahodo ekoso omo ka wo madwene omo chire wo madwene internet NDC about power e wo say yenso ye chire ya adwene e wo amamwo no ho. And that is the only way we can get the best out of government, if indeed we have a listening government. And we are here to ask you the Omani Munkomo. And more beyond Kaokasabwan show Yamuda. And more beyond fa uviu sa ukra e hunahunao. Because Nipanusu Yemuno, send your wording in a sign, and was a wording. One unisa na will boo, so way or town for. Say, oh, my side, any bora wakumu, I won't mean children. Untimi nkawadwene untimi enkan ye wo boso esane se wusuro so bi beka se we anti government there be. We are pro nation, we are pro Ghana entini ebeboa wo man no ama o man no akonanimu no eno ne ebedi hu nkomo eno ne ebeka hu nsem ena eno so ye ka emfa ho ne ye wo part power emfa ho ne party wo power ena emfa ho ene politician efa ne ho. The agenda is Ghana. Ewebe kame ho na atoa enkomo a ye di no na wotwi eso na wani tua asem kase da pono so a aye na adwene se enko ba bia eda so eda pono so. Galamsey is on the table this afternoon na Galamsey issues no ene you know ye ne media coalition against illegal mining bekasana ya pick omo views on the decision to be repatriating foreign nationals omo ebeye illegal mining ewo ye mining na so be John Mahama part 1 we didn't see a lot of repatriations, we saw a lot of prosecutions. China for na ebeye Galamsey no dodo na aye che wo mo no yan pamu omo ana say yambo omo anko back sa. In fact, under John Mahama part 1 we saw a number of Chinese languishing in our jails and no more defiase. NPP baye. Omo baye no, we saw the era of repatriation of Chinese nationals. Omo di omo habe for illegal mining emu. The case of Aisha Huan, a classical example. A dead quite apart from Aisha Huan, where other Chinese nationals are almost so omo money or emu through illegal mining. We had to repatriate them. And ostensibly, Amanda Nane say omo ye ne sa because uti na na osafoma for the stakes were high and yema na involved with the Chinese government loan na ye pay free omo ho ne ade ni nyina FD into the decision by the government then say obe repatriate China for be illegal mining na ya chi omo na Jomahama part 2 mu ne away. Under the Honorable Muntaka Mubaraka, or the Interior Minister, we are also seeing a repatriation of Chinese nationals. Ahodwa, one more adi omuhabe for a Galamsey emu. So the Honorable Muntaka Mubaraka, Ususu said that is the way to go. Repatriation nebebwa sincere. Yedi omubefa yen court process. Muti Minister Nanasmo Kanono say yedi omubefa a legal process nimu. Na omo a compromise the legal system because China free wuska and say ode nebeko court na wo twetua ho omo bail bia obebuse bia they can meet the bail conditions. Quite apart from that omo pe bribe tua pa enti wo minister de wani abre a wo se wo de nkofo kugina asemdi bia omo ye China for no na obohunu no na China free compromise police for omo to bribe ma state prosecutors omo compromise court officials sebeya omo betete wo mo ho enti impempi no we don't succeed in prosecuting such China for enti his direction is obe pamo wo mu afri omo animu obe repatriate such China for afri omo animu if they are caught in illegal mining ne view no. But the media coalition against illegal mining have a different view over this matter. Na the coalition edin komo near busa say what is fundamentally wrong say abine be repatriate foreign offenders and I say foreigners are omabeto Ghana mra. What is fundamentally wrong with doing that? I mean, in other nations we are born in US, for instance. Na enye Ghana, and through extradition treaty, almost se brahanomona yembetron aswa. In Pempino, the American government will punish you. Omo do be fa omo legal system nimu. It's an isa omo mra no wababeto. Until they will try you on their land with their law. Na was so kwafiase a obe kwafiase no US. In most cases, depending on the crime, or several term or prison we are. The next available flight to your home country, you do near the waba. In our case, it is not so. Our government has decided, say, obe repatriate womu emumu. But then there's been an interesting development regarding China for ye repatriate womu ifri or mainimu. Na we are told by immigration services say nemumu no omo prosecutors are womo nationals na womo abedi bone ewo Ghana no. Na I'll share with you some pictures from China. Ghana immigration service for ena ede ababetu edwa echira na chese Chinese fui eba be say yensu ano na yebo womo ko back to China. It is not as if some could do womo ko mu fie koda. Nemumo no, the Chinese government also prosecutes sa China fui ya repatriate womo edi womo aba back to womo ememu. That is what the immigration service is asking us or telling us to believe. Now, we have no reason to doubt asemo a womo de aba betu edwano. Ye ni nyina so bia ye de be nyina so aka se enye no kre se ye bo China for no come back to mukrumu a ye nche womo. And pictures are may be the akire no. You would see China for ya repatriate womo free Ghana. So womo come back to womo memu. And the processes their government takes them through. So if that is what the Chinese government does, ewo womo side eba ne say na Aisha Huang was back into the country through Togo, ebe sambe to an illegal mining so. Are we really sure say repatriation no a deterrent to Chinese nationals and other foreign nationals are? Edo mo ho ebe fore yen galam say and semunimu ana. We are interrogating the effectiveness of sa decision to repatriate foreign nationals rather than say yedu omo be fire illegal process nimu na omu di fo anka zontolina Ghana fo ni di no ene zontolina galamsey fo na nkofo abo omo pa na omo ye unemployed young people na yedu omo kogu afiasem sa zontolina omu di no e wasanka China fo no so kokodi sa zontolini bi Niger for no so mukodi sa zontolini bi. And the other question is, when we arrest foreign nationals, na Nigeria for umu, Burkina Faso umu, Nigerians umu, Malians umu, Togolese umu a womo no so ye repatriate umu na China for no kwa ne repatriate umu. San komo we ye biebie mu dia to ho na ya to nsafro se bra na be kan ye ho na ye ndi sa enkomo embumu na wonso wadwen kire wo ho no wo de aba ama ye di ho nkomo ma me busa question ni say ususu se ye che China ni a wo ye galamsey wo Ghana ye mbon nko back to ne mamu ana se ye ma no emfa ye mra ene ye legal process mu na se so kwa afiase a ono so nko ye nsan wo mu bia na ehe na wugina on this matter. The government believes that repatriation is the way to go. Ebi susu say there be omo fire yen jurisprudence ni mu fire legal system ni mu na omo kofa yen jail system ni mu a omo pia omo we sua nyansa and they may not go back to illegal mining BM. But our prisons indeed reformative centers are obi edi boni bi kwa woba wondi BM because of suahuna wokonya wo prison ho reforms are they didn't have famu nyeme they didn't have famu a eyi ni suban free sa tebia ni mu. Can we be sure that our prisons can really change China for if they go through that system and therefore mobile out illegal mining bi mu ana ewe ye disa enkomo enyina da ene we kan ho you can react to this very matter and share your thoughts and opinions. Sir and Semi ho obeba Facebook live na ode wadwen kire no aba ho na yakenkan ni nyina ede amao ema wo remfi say ewie show. We are continuing our conversation on the saga of two flights here ba wo mayimu a ene abeye kesene ne a aban no de a wo kanam baabi na ne minority for so kan omuso kan no enso enam baabi. And the fact that if you listen to the civil society community, the matter is unsettled for them. And for a lot of Ghanaians, the matter is unsettled. For hardcore party people there, NDC for core NDC sympathizers, and core NDC foot soldiers, say Reverend Tim for Great Chantro. The allegations no be can nya de omo bejedi and untimi utwumutai NDC4 will never believe asamo honorable Intim Fodjo edebetudwa. Likewise ukwa MPP mu a omani abre den support asamo Intim Fodjo kan even though any evidence, even though the suspicion no enye grounded on any strong evidence ebetimi convince oman munu nyina say ampa cocaine be befa hanomo fasa playing mu de koye. There isn't really a hardcore evidence backing that claim. But what makes it difficult for Nkofobi to doubt Reverend Intim Fodjo is the confirmation of flight itinerary and details and the circumstances surrounding a kwanya flight si bae and a kwanya omo ede koye. But say owo bribia wo de convince your mind nyina say the suspicion say nrubone and money laundering no. He has not adduced that evidence yet. But Oko MPP Mua, they believe his story, they support his position, and they believe say there is something for Aban to investigate. The opposite is on the other side of the NDC, and Oko Soroba from they can never believe and trust and someone Reverend Tim Fodjo Eka. And you can understand why NDC4 would not trust the source of sa allegation way. Say we the fact say MPP and say MPP into Munjindia. Reverend Tim Fodjo is yet to substantiate his suspicion as to whether indeed play now war cano at the cocaine and never found cocaine at the free her at the Ekoye. Away. Edapono so a ye ne abadwafo bekoso edi sasemu ehun komo na onso wo adwenkyere bia odi aba na ya kenkan ni nyina ede amao. So we say today say the saga of two flights, a case of suspicion or disinformation as government and MP for Ascent South slug it out in the media. Are we reducing Sir Asemi to media war? By explaining your home to Ghana for through the media and me ka your home me patchere aban sa aban echere ninsemu through the media. Say Reverend Tim Fodjo also going to media platforms to explain himself. Is that the approach ye settle sa asemi na? And our government has to do more to settle this matter once and for all. Where do you stand on this matter? Must government do more to settle this matter? And I say, see a kind of media mu aban ya grant interviews na nkofo chere woman dwene na wo mu chere woman nsemu no. That is enough. Say ebe clear wo man ni dini na assign wo man no ho na ati wo man no ho every suspicions of illicit drug trader na. You want to come live on Facebook, it's and say we are there. But na bechere wadwene e was asemi hu ene baby a ugina pa. We are still looking for missing containers. Now we are in the era of missing containers. I mean, containers ni dey say yire ni wo port yira ni national security force akochia 12 containers emu 2 yehunu baby a afa. And we are in the era of missing containers. Now, national security for year Juma, they are really working. One more kohu cables, any other materials are ECG4 NMNB. Ewo an uncompleted structure bimu ewo takrade. Now, it is heightening the worry of a lot of Ghana for regarding this very matter. Because you see, containers here, I don't know, sir, you because you containers no many be baby. But anamontua aban etu a wode ko wiasem na se no yehunu China for na ekohu containers ni bi o makache no omo asem akowie he yese omo aton kronode omo atokronode obi tokronode a ya chino na ochina ode ne kɔ ema ne kɔkyerɛ ba bi ɔtɔ ade ne friye na nipa ɔtɔn ade ne ma no nso yache no. We have heard from the same national security say 2 containers nibi me say 2 containers among 40 containers nibi in the possession of an Indian in Tamale. Omakohunu a number of containers nibi ewo China fo bi nsem ewo pom. Omakohunu containers nibi ene emu niema nibi ewo takrade. Baby omakohunu sane ma nyina ewo address. Baby omakohunu sane ma nyina structure sane ma ni gumu no ewo owners. So are we saying say baby ayekohunu sane ma no wono mo ayekohunu wo mo nsem no ye chi wo mo enyi ana? Because as we speak, we are not told of any arrest regarding containers no but near hunu baby ayakohunu se sisi no India ni yente se achi no yenim ni dimpo oye India ni aye friend saying ye che galamsey fo a mo China fo a, don't we read their names in the stories? We do. Now missing containers ne asemu a emu owrema Ghana fo bebre. Inti se national security dintente ekohunu niema ni bia. Aya ne epebusa se baby amokohunu no warehouses na egumu no. Womo ana wo mu kipu niema no. Womo tebia ne sen ya che womo ana. Ewie esanda pono so. Cables and other materials say ECG dia have been traced and found in an uncompleted structure or takrade. How are we rounding up the search for some missing containers? We can where they need coming in our embum as you join me live on Facebook. Joining in our discussion later, Oye Jumediso, a former MCA Emma Ebuakwa North constituency. In fact, former MCA Emma Ebuakwa North Municipal Assembly, the Honorable Alhaji Omar Bodinga, will join us. Citizen Atodazi, a General Secretary, Emma GCP Piamanyoko, Koku Mawuli Nanegbe, a member of the NDC's National Communications Team. Ewa no mwiba be kan home na yesi ensem yechi na ehun komunina no yede aba. Bra Facebook na kire wadwene ewo saa ensem yi ho. Yebekwa homa no sonso ne ne ewura no mahodo nso edi nkomo efa issues na edapono so enkanka any the issue of galamsey and measure aben edit gu akwemu to ensure say foreigners are womodi omo ho efun form efore galamsey mu no yebetwe omo so na anka akwakosi ano kra na anka omo amba biem. Udu Facebook live Asoja call Masawudu Kumase Bantama Memwaha. Thanks for joining us live on Facebook and area. Potassium 1 Akwaba Memwaha. Thanks for joining us as well. Paul Amenosoji present in class. Thank you for joining us area. Dr. Down Blue and so I joining live on Facebook area from Brimso Apewusika na Courage Clement Okulu Smart B. And so joining away live piaga and so ewa ha on also joining live and away na also ba Facebook live eyade a yebegibre na yakenkan o messages ahodo a onso ode aba enyinada nti bra Facebook live na member udi ma wakwaba na enen komo no nto aso. Potassium one say please tell Okatechi a free mention that okay, so this is an irrelevant message to our conversation and discussion. Oh, message ma Okatechi free fire. I'm sure you know where to direct the message, so send it there, please. Paul Amenosoji, Ese Bibi, good afternoon. Are you cool more fire? Or say President JDM, no mercy for the cripple, please. We want accountability. Masawood Kumase Bantama said the alarming rate at which Ghana's forest and water bodies are being contaminated due to illegal mining activities is a severe threat to public health. I urge legislators and the judiciary to support the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources in enforcing laws against illegal mining, because without strong institutional backing, the fight against illegal mining would remain ineffective. Regards to Chairman Odenoho Kwekuapia, that is Chairman Koka. I don't know, Chairman, maybe I will be papa. Courage, Clemento Clue, Smart B said, as an association called NAT seems to be autocratic now. They shouldn't try imposing things now on us. Courage, help me understand your concerns. And then not for a push it down your throat. Give me some better and further particulars na yentin semanasene yemwa na yendi sanseme ho nkomo. Dr. Down Below say odifree brimso apewusika. Now, or say if the NPP wants the people of Ghana to think about giving them, they are serious while they are in opposition. We all saw how good and serious the NDC was when they were in opposition. Spreading lies won't help them get back into power because Ghanaians are smart. Best wishes to Honorable Phyllis Kwachofusu, MP for Abura Asebu Kwamankese. Piaga said, yes, wachimu tina mekaine sano. Cocaine and containers. Where is Kisie Jaben? We no say good afternoon, BB. Good afternoon to you, Piaga, and thanks for joining us in area. Maybe I will be also ubetimi I join in with your thoughts, with your comments, with your views. Charles Nyame Edifria Samanke Sineba will say Ghana is in safe hands. Magdan say, BB, it seems the media always allows these politicians to sway their attention from pressing issues. How crucial is this plain issue as compared to the millions of dollars looted in the ECG saga? They always use the media as a decoy, and it is so sad. All of a sudden, the ECG issue has vanished. Mazaudu, it won't vanish on our radar. It is an important matter, and we yedi ehon enkomo papa. I think so Kaya, so we're showing live on Facebook for a number of weeks, you would realize we have actually treated the Energy Minister's committee's report on this show. Ama yako report to nimo dimun komo pa. There are a number of gaps yebusa honsemo aka ehonsem. It is not a matter for us here at Happy FM. Ye jemu anase ye tunas asesa eyade a front burner issue edema or minor any nyinada, because it can't be say over 1,000 containers to me rasa na ye hwehweni ekohunu bi nso a ye ntese wo mo ekohunu wo makache ne ye chi wo mo ye de mu kogina semidibia. By now baby a China for na wo mo ye chi wo mo no omo ka so mo koto containers ni fie. By now we should know, and we should be able to arrest some kofukura womo ekoton containers ni mo, because our buying position is say womo we are containers no. Our buying position is say the containers are missing. Adia ayira akodi obi nsem de na ye krono de. Enti I mean the Attorney General should be going to court. Odi say containers ni yehunu ni nyina na yehunu na yakohu onkofo ho no eno no yentimi ensha prosecution ase wo ho ana eno asem a yedi ho enkomo. Nti ensem no bra Facebook na we kan ho na yendi sa enkomo yi enyina da embomo yaw me mo hamu akwaba me josu minya aboko de yango pa de mo so do gba de nyame aseme so me ho ye papa pa se de ayeya sa pepepe e de na se be ma no enebna na otu yesi mu nchese na se de ne kosukrum
Ekroma edin.
I said the news market no.
Yes, Ekroma edin. Me no ka say the CPP for na directive biaba say an organ of the party directed say omu yimpen funi nyina edi.
Oh how?
Another one asaba. Na
CPP for me say
now me no ka say they are in a crunch meeting.
Okay.
Enye asem kitwa.
Omu yi executives ni nyina
directive na ba ni executives na kwatena se. Meeting.
Na enye executives no na ede directive we beba na national council
so you
na omo ayato abayi mu no so yi omo di many years a
say omo na nsa bi
akatekes no do so o
ediomu ho de ebobo free ho
eba no
no say Baomis say CBP in 70 Bismark quarter, you shouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Because Omono Kobana sa Edia court na Ombako.
Once you court no so ko.
Near Omono Subio and say Galamsey no Omo Mutu no A2. Na see video bi
Galamsey
di omu etu nzo etu nti anzo ho asem ewo se de wo kano sa cocaine asemi enyanko dai
debi
na nyewo mu ni se narcotic control commission de abase yira intim fojo uncooperative na omuntimi nye investigations.
That's right.
Ebitimi aboa. Minim how they invited him and how he's not cooperating with them. But so far as omudi abe tujade even say omatron safre ne bia. So
deputy commissioner na kasa.
Yeah, that's a deputy commissioner.
Lawyer in team for you. Me say lawyer in team for you. Chumberima.
There's a uncooperating woman juma. But I can't be say I say Omuzuma drag your feet kakra. Since the president made the call. Investigations no be doing and I say uncooperating into multimillionaire.
Sana de na ko as woman ten and can't woman to animal.
I think there was a German da.
Somebody there.
Because the woman were clear, they say.
Yeah.
Apart from a near my Reverend there bay. You know when you be build the bar.
Okay.
Who's our punching the era quacho for the buy in Muno? Esiwa. Me ni se wetin eja we bia ka se minu cocaine
oni se evidence
oni bi
one car or the aba
oni any video recording but the aba ni ene se bibia so ni ho aye record e chere se ade na e ba ne ho ye frenchim ntinyama mienu ni wo reverend na nkasa ni bi ana obi mpo a oni bi enu kra no onyanya platform bi and find chere say when na me wo
platforms yes when ya bebre
we can
platform fa bibia
a platform amampanyin provide yes
okay
on cooperative with
okay
also when me chere no
also onya sa platform
and see
but say ban person chere say wa man sa platform no non cooperative
the committee initial way
menim de
okay yan fan say nipa kuo na amampanyin power no if you may not call it committee nipa kuo no
we are not told
omashia no mudi nkomo omotu anamo omuntu ya o evidence a on fan koma hwan o ti ase say ever o evidence is here invitation na aye back and forth enyina nso ani tua say oyemra hye bedwani si oni bie na nke ebe kan betu dwama na sebi o nani mogu ase no wono akra no sure say sa reverend no nanim gu ase no oman nya animonyam a ope o de ase na ye de no nso to nche a se o evidence a on famra in social media.
Oh, na say evidence you can walk to the CID and give it to them. Bet me CID police for any police station crab bet me age.
Nti hono na densem no eba. Say mampanyin ma baby a onfa ni cooperation no nko.
Police can CID can.
CID can police can and also onwunu no. No tifie na se matese mampanyin say no minimum cooperate minimum kamum no asere no afa paper na o de akoma wo mu se media no enie obi o yemra she bedwani
na say ensinu kwan
na
ensinu kwan he's been expected to do that say or evidence now he's rather expected say or this evidence in the Bema State
medical catcher say
o my yes
medical catcher say evidence crudging say cocaine bi abakroma woni bi enkoma ye de mu aye hu a ye no ye ka bi aye pese de enkoma ofira aban mu ba ye no enka emu na ho fan no anya so obi ahu se cocaine bi si baabi na ye bi enkoma na odi efiri wo nche ho ba no etwetwa sisi na eni ensisi so a de ma medwene no ekoye de obi aka anti ya beduru ba bi a ye dure say what you say Reverend Gifford me say ye twe no sam nu moja nyina oni evidence bi bia kire se cocaine ni na obeda kire se ade we cocaine cocaine na mu emfa se ohunpo se pa da bi wo play bi ebe adie no be gina so akase we cocaine fiso no akase bi edi kan we sofo wonum cocaine da anu bi da kura bi e de ni taste
enti se sabai se o train the cooperation ya hwehwemu e den na aban hwehwe
aban hwehwe bien
evidence that there was cocaine
ana de di kan ni se osofo no so asema o kan no nkase no evidence o to na sef no o de amaye tra
o say reliable intelligence
enti die na rely wo so
ebi a source no ebi a nipa o kan asem no
reliable as your relative the wo be rely wo so ebi onu aban pempen so the me rely wo so ebi onu asemasi so pempen so enti nipa na o report man me ada bia o kan asem kire me a megini die no ebi kura wo ye trofo mo man no o ti ase ba me nyo o ye reliable cause a ban konkonsa bie any asem bie o timi ka kire me yie
o kan so ebem
ti ugini di anase we are reliable in a sense that BBS ewo airport wa o ma me tip off
me checking so e no
kre we to so bio o si obi the bag bia betwam eye bag blue ampa bag blue bia betwam ba wakaze bag bia betwam me cocaine sani pana ojira ho na onfa ade no nko laba akwa test ya mi o zampa mpa sa pa be ya akwa hu yo ka chere reverend cocaine no eno ma na nya reliable enti de nanka etwato nanka se mo asemi a week mu nyina ene se plan bi e be si ha no ye hu mu mfonyini institution said ya kan week mu nyina no bia mfa ne report mrameto ho ya hu nya se bia bo ni nyina nkuro aban kura ma na kofo bi ene prosifo ni CID ni wo mu gina ba bi fa microphones woni address media nka chon se amabu nti for just mo kan no yes weni e ba krom ha weni ti say that's mo kan se bi edum airport light 2 hours and this 12 minutes na we na occasion ya saade no na sa plane we buy sen mbe sen your conclusion is say we ni ho it is suspicions no wrong you call baby Until next time, no reliable intelligence, no, or man information about when say Bema, what's my work at my review.
Obi baka say yes, I didn't na Felix I. Ana
Felix. Number you about Felix di.
One more Felix di.
Ghana Airport Company no. Oye adwuma ho.
Debi, ba so no kasama ban.
On kasama Ghana Airport Company.
Debi.
On kasama. Felix nso ntimi anka nkyerɛ sɛ information here am dey to dwai. E fan we free Ghana Airport Company. Ntimi anka nkyerɛ sɛ fan we free Narcotic Control Commission. Omu yemu initial eyi o maye no. We free ho dey amame nam so mame dey saa we ebeni.
Asem we wo ho. Eno na meka asem bi na yenu anom NDC fo ni bi a wo mo party ho do ashoma kuma mu abro so enu nti o ka asem a they won't take their time to analyze asem a wo ka no. Bibiri twen abo so enra. Na asem a meka ne say yawo. Baby aban ejina ene baby opposition jina nyepe. Aban tibia ene opposition tibia
Debi enyepe.
Se anamontuo bi ba aban tu anamon bi no opposition tu anamon bi a insunsanso na enyepe.
Pepepe.
E wo se aban ehunu ni place beyond partisanship. Opposition for the ombeye ni ombeye. Omo be sanu egu gari mu. Omo be create impressions ahodo about you. Se omo be kasa ma oman nani megu ase wa manone a ama omo nya power omo be ye. But wo aban no untimi nye ne romu ye ni bi.
Una okra wo.
Wo the opposition be ye no untimi nye bi. Se ujeja wo homa opposition edada wa defe wa ma obewura wo mo ba bia wo mu gina ni bia omo haw pa wa haw ankasa nso ho pa because netie much is expected of government anytime than the opposition. Much is expected from government anytime.
Sadansi die na eba o se eye krojin.
Se asem beto ho na se ye twe ho manso a between aban ni opposition e twe asem bi ho manso a se aban baso wo ba be ka asem no anase wo be kire asem no ne bobre pa ne gina bia pa e wo se e call above expectation. Wuntimi emma bontene seeking to dispel lies, disinformation and rumors and do it the same way as opposition be no. Where you take this approach now, you know the difference between government and opposition. Asamwa ye kan nyina no obi nka so oje revenue team for Judi. And obi nka se ne aban ka no eye ntro. Ne ye ka ne se aban baba bontene se wo baba be kirasem we mu a e wo se aban e kasa wia esi ye nyina wo se etirimu ye yemfan. Nemom se aban be kasa na eja gaps na information nyina ntimi mbo ano na ema wadwene mu ye wo kesene ne a ema aban communication na wo ye no ekoye bibio ho ema oye adi enyo dokuru bia Yow, because of insunsanso as allegation na revenue team for you ye betime nya wo man no sunti ena mampani to anamotu ye. You see, to send a signal to the international community say
Adeɛ wei na
yen so and yen ne hwe han yen sweep another carpet yen ne said ye emri bi atwam ne ye ne bie enti ye wiase mo hwe me mampani meti asem na namo a metuni masoma me state agencies say wo ne papa ne nkasa na wo mo wiase mo mu nkɔ wi akire no mo meka nkire wiase nyina na ewo mu pa
pepe
asem no
pepe
because a state agencies and a international community ne beji omadi a state agencies and a Ghana for a team animu ebeji omadi enti say mampani fresh state agencies say woman go mu a na ne ye nyina ye atwen ni say edie na womode ba me ne wo kasai. There isn't an official government report.
Binyo. Oh, a government report there. So we can take Felix there.
No.
Now submitted to government now, Batre.
Felix, video now you're seeking to explain the matter. No, one country said this is the findings of investigation. State agencies are here. He didn't put that caveat on his communication.
He put out something according to what he
has gathered or he knows. Until we are buying communication to deal with such a sensitive matter, and it is sensitive because it has the potential to label this country a narcotics gateway.
The president himself said it in his statement.
Enti se wo babontin aba be kire nsemu efa sa asemi hu a ye meka ne tra time wa Reverend for your allegation no time a president responded any time wa Felix Kwatro for suba bontin a clearly the state agencies could not have done their investigations and finished within that time.
No,
this is the call. The call is that say be ya Ghana ye be sign ye din ho. Say be ya Ghana yen kase ye so eye kataso mumuaso. Look at what some civil society organizations are saying. Omo someone say near government spokesperson abeka no enso enye enough to end the matter. You hear that proper you see me can say we am ntiase o se Reverend team for you etwantro me support you aban to deal with him, but ediem pa na wodi ato abonten a kire wiase afa na nyina ne Ghana fo nyina se planes mienu ne baaye no kure umuboni bie de wono mu a na ewo mu a o mbefa de call yempo sa prove no ya o prove di akire bi a enye picture of player ye tu ni tie and ebe convince me say play no ama mefa enuboni enfri hanko. No, I mean forget party ne politics. Enye picture obi eda player sesa tie and ebe convince the international community enunti president amaya ye remu ebe convince o mo say oh ye hu no picture kire say play ne tie be pae and o mu two tie enti ne play no amfa cocaine bi enfri ha. That will not convince anybody. Now my expectation is say because of the sensitive nature of this matter and the high level attention and president in the massem we know Felix Kwatro Fosu should not have just sat in his office and render a narrative in his opinion based on the Otimi Agada, but that rather no, he should have been speaking the mind of the institutions now. He was supposed to be speaking the conclusion of investigation via state agencies. He was not supposed to be speaking what he has gathered.
there's one other thing.
Yeah, what that Mr. Wa. I mean, for we say yes, me thoughts no. Enti the government is expected to do more in this matter than the opposition. One will prepare investors. One will person when sure say obi nfa cocaine and member for it wa memu ho. Enti say o pese o de di pa se eye bosremu kantro a e wo se ye ni yie e ma o kontomponi no ne ho de di yie. Don't forget say aban bia ni hono mu ankofo be expect say de biara do be ka no kwa kira banfo enkanka when bone koso. In fact, at the individual level, udi bone a it is not expected say abusa be ka no kre. Anything ye investigations
Na bededi
enya ne wo ka entimi no susue ni minim say investigations na course because utie ne deputy kind of saying executive director man narcotics control commission Kenya na chese investigations na president Mahama Kasi yenye you because or say omo twen say MP no ni omo be collaborate. So the investigation has not happened yet. Government is seeking to convince us say near spokesperson na kano and no. Meanwhile, the state agencies are still calling for collaboration over this matter. Yet the government, through the spokesperson, is telling us say pictures na media betu dwano must suffice. But Bamibu so is the Honorable Kwacho Fosu indicating that per pictures na ye to play ni title. Any pictures na gallons black no our dia betu dwano. Any 12 seconds video na a call plane back mu no. Eno na UN for Operation West Bridge for UK. US port officials. Any other international bodies. Eno na omu hunu a en convince you say oh bribia mana. Come on. Omo be fire say ye nimbre ade no ho. Asema ye ka no e asem wa betodwa wo. Ye nyanhunu ne puma sibre. Enti ehun sunsanso ne ye bebre.
Asem na ye tro.
Enti meni anka me expect ni say ne president asha se ni bewie. Na nka kwatwefu so kasama aban ni nyina. Aje dwa.
With information wagada
flanked by
officers from
Civil Aviation Authority etinechi Ghana Airport Company etiho Narcotics Control Commission rep etihobi National Security rep etihobi hwana biem CID etihobi so a representative from the police nanka omote government spokesperson
National Security Coordinator
na omote Minister Nechi. Now our free media, no, ladies and gentlemen of the media, on this date, assume see ebe kan same way to dwa. Mampani any bri asem we hunti opaw enumekwe ya team nchen se wo munkohwe asebuni mu.
Makoyi.
Ye free rebel team for several times. Wambeboa. But security agencies no omu ene wo airport ho a ehwe airport ho. Enti without his support or input omakwaye adwuma no ni omahunie. Bensa we eye scanning report and a scan report Swiss facility na scanning aeroplanes no
na Luanda fo ni bi
no almost scanning plane no items are na wo plane mu nie manifested in. We are making a copy available after this press conference for more media.
That's right.
Manifest in it, and items are scan and picky or play muno and gallons lubricants oil drill equipments and the womb. Media and now they are to second plane no. And also the document in before a plane in Baba Woman, no man sending messages from mobile. Omo ba no, omo say omo be refueling. Omo ba by rested. When ni mission omo de send Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and san omo ba. Omo ba ye. No kre
mbe no mabre.
Omo ba ye no, omo benya fault. Documenta e kire say ya maintenance e Kotoka International Airport plane no huni. Enyema omo sesa wo plane no huni because side maintenance no sampampaza maintenance konso airport ho a you be log enti log sheet ni 2 ties were changed, the brake pad was changed, brake disc ya de kokoko mpe ko twitwi so cost to say
organizer involved
organizer so baby ade no kokoye ni wo de krata no dear send ye wo kase plane be ye ni
we enye classified information.
Yeah, anybody can also classified.
Say information we can say
we national information bia. Say information on the tuja uncompromised. Yeah. 2 plane na eba be press screening, scanning and certification free Ghana no. Eba ye be say no. Activity log any maintenance a omo ye wo huni. Sompo na pint na oil ni leaky. Yokoto sompo fufuro de be share. Okokosiesie wo plane e wo airport a. Activity bia wo ye wo plane hu bia no. It is locked.
The also log sheet.
It is a revenue team for you say enye no kre. Omamba for refueling and resting. What the crata na be to dry say before they came they said say refuel anyway no be ye. It revenue team for your wedding intro.
Governor grab rest here no e bi amoko da kokompi hotel.
Yeah. What say you pie say? Revenue team for you say plane back free Angola by eno so na ne ma bi gumu ni ade
pepe
na o the evidence na kire enye picture o enye picture ne de ye hunu but
because my video dia
video so be so ma video but video no nye
eno
enye ade a eno na be kire me say ade we na wom ne scanner no record no and no and that will be your defense as a government.
Yes.
And no na say we ya international community ni nyina be mu say asem we politics bi na will be here. But obi other players see a wo too tie. Opa Google say are changing plane ties. Inti Abai must not communicate and leave gaps. Ebema manfo a suspect say Abai PBB dey see and say Abai is not telling the truth. But be Abai tie no nye the opposition ti. More is expected of government than opposition. Inti mampani me ya say yabo abaso say wo see any investigation we na o spokesperson ababontene I jump the gun. Meanwhile after days or kasa or cancer ansem nyina awie the institutions now also munye wiwe mu no they are standing by hoping to investigate.
Yes. Paragraph 2 of the president's directive.
Yeah.
EpaHoaDaben. Say as my can be seen afena deputy director of the
Narcotics Control Commission.
Kasa we are or say government takes all allegations seriously.
Okay.
And to ensure thorough and transparent investigations, I have directed all relevant state investigative agencies, including Narcotic Control Commission, the Police CID, the National Investigation Commission, the NIB, and the National Security Coordinator, to immediately Mampanyanga so omo
immediately.
President issues this order to Mpenifo to immediately Mampanyina can and fully collaborate with the honorable member of parliament so he provides all necessary information to investigate the allegations and take all actions necessary to expose any drug dealings. One can say expose the MP.
Yeah. Expose any possible drug dealings.
He did not say expose the MP. Mampany focus no was say anymore here there ba this says ya yentu ase. E bin si ya kaka kire yen. Mampany say immediately he says the president and the kai. And when ya world deputy Nako boss and I walk as on collaborating. Mampany ma directly it's been 6 days. 6 good days.
Say Biana from this from the day now almost start friend.
Is he you? And na dream. And na dream pa and one institution. And one institution.
Yeah.
Mampany akase and manu ya.
Because you see, this is an opportunity for government to indicate how strong our state security agencies are. Where adena ye can or mine we muno. I also or mine mukwan ye cano. It's an international matter. Eda Bontini.
Commander in Chief orders.
Eda Bontini. It's an international matter. Inti they are observing how we are going about this matter. And the way I obe treat ya semono. And the betchere say, oh mine ye bet me a trusty and I ain't mean trusty. Well, today may be the last time I will touch on this matter. It may be. Today may be. Me. My dream me chere wasem we hu ma chere wie. Aban panifo pa omfa. Obi busa me say intimeje Reverend Intim Fojo Diana on Facebook. Menje Reverend Intim Fojo ndi. On fire evidence of cocaine bi amaye. But aban some convincing me. Say indeed bibia sama.
Inti papa ni suspicions ni rubbish.
Aban convincing me say bibia sama. Ebia na wo a wutie me, we are convinced by pictures I want me and convincing me. And now
because
ninti am convincing me say
aban mudru
enye diligent work so as say enye adwuma e besu koma it is not about me. Make how we are projecting the country when issues of such matters come acquire your fast treating. It's not about me. Ofa me media obefa me ho ehia ofa me pa dia obedi matem. But we are projecting our country's security institutions in a certain manner.
Now security agencies well. Now the commander in chief, I'm our directive to immediately start something.
And before they could start, then a bank spokesperson is out there indicating that when the course. And it's now buying himself when the course. You see the issues. So the whole issue for me is approach. How do you dispel disinformation? You do that with convincing proper information. Say what me gallons of pictures of gallons actually there. Then we should be able to show us the scan report.
Yes, I know.
Scan report. A scan report and say gallons. Anyone see.
Now gallon.
The scan report for me is enough. But don't show me pictures and tell me say
and know your evidence of the fact that
yes,
cocaine.
When pictures now what they chira me here content in the container I can't look at the picture and say cocaine gallon. I can't do that. If you know what traffic cocaine or the shining some and they just Ruby na yellow say I lady na ni dim bebre omo chiro Heathrow airport na what they Ruby ametepe Ruby na when ni dim be ni on the ne wa handbag mu oza ni handbag mu na wo so de no ye du ba bi na nya vim na wo source wo ye a nkofo a wo kwa vim
okay and no different
o different ha
sa
na obi enu ho no mu a or traffic cocaine obey no obvious amount on packaging in a way who are obe suspect say cocaine nti say what the gallons are twa ne picture be kire me a na wo ka che me say e gallons na na ewo mu nti etisi na then who are buying kura no wo mo a wo ho you have not helped yourself so a buying is believing the pictures on the face value without
exactly
knowing what is in the gallon
bibi me tia say obi paki kokonte obi paki kokonte na odigu rubber mo chichire ho te say de mo chichire kokain na obi twa photo te say eno awso mo bi chire na me ka say we chire say obi twa photo no de send aban say kokain ni a immediately aban je di say ade na e photo no kokain
it can't be it can't be
before on be ka say ade we kokain na no 350 million man penyen ka say ade atu no me assure say security agencies na ye test e wo say ampa ade no e cocaine say you ha na yesi bida na kokonte then you who say e kokonte e kokonte because you who say substance ni gu ho ye testing we ye no say ade na ya dwene ye say e cocaine no e cocaine e obi kokonte bi a wo cocaine die enti sam na bi fonya ba che ona chinchina wo say mu gidi na mini
that is not how government convinces people. That is not how government convinces the international community. That's not how it is done.
No, because what's what your husband eka? What's your eka? Was a metro back pocket. BBC home. And there's so much
evidence a chase with 20 panica, a bank transfers away.
See in the moment,
reference here no na chese metua oka but won ko twamfoni of sika gu envelope mo eda wo pro so ana say she obotom say metua oka that is not evidence of wetua meka nti wo betwa picture of gallons e dey akere yen and we are supposed to believe said ye who gallons inti na gallons na ban wo ye sure say gallons nko ateka na biribi fufuro so
na wo ye ho say aban so ye okay say
who gallons na ye
hen so aban de obi de gallons fi baby ba na gugu play mu na osore o free play mu si na gallons ni krokran nti yes kan na ra de kro ba enu kura physically yehu gallon no say e kura se say o twam a gallon no di koi na ele dia okay nya ba handbag no kura no pepe o man ko die wo mu ansa no mu no enti wutwa na ele bag ba kire me ka chen so koke a dey na me magie di.
Now guess what, we are being told to say the Rwandan aircraft no eba be PES certification say be obeko European market.
Good one. Say no so ye de man enso ho
oba ha na scanning no.
Yes. Now what me meet European market standard.
Odu European market wa na airport ho a ade a wo de be kire port officials say niema ewura nu
emiti
eye ne Ghana ye scanning the man. Where is that?
Anabo fufu ka jine ka ewe eno nso enya copy a ewu ma egu
plane ko du Europe ho a or the video of anyama okay with your one video and kira
now question we fancy
with the last one
baby question we want to say baby na we tell you question we want to say asi minister name na kan ade na omu be scan no omu be ya wa ha no eno a omu de call ye no a yes chinchina achi yanyini nienu Ghana for ni copy
Ghana for must have copy na nya ha ne scan
copy
why not
it is nya copy a edinti ene minister ka otinya registration numbers of these airplanes yes scan na of nkofo na de no ebi mai nkofo na de omu de kwakire omu destination ko ye no nokura ba bi omu tu free ha ko ye yes omu sa ko omu chi ba bi omu free ba ye ni nyina omebo a eno na revenue tifo je okura mu
sa na o kire
o ti asa no ade omu ekura no ano no say plane movement no ne ade ba ye no de minister eka any said the city on radar no so a ono wahunu no enti sa enti ono o still keeping in suspicions but ekwafo no ba ye no omuna mu obu ani obu betwa x-ray wa ha ani printing x-ray ndi mo mu ko hu mu doctor ewu mu krom asema ba hu ewu krom ha se akoye ba ye no ni nemu ana wuzi oni na mubu oba ya kura no hospital awo kono wo hia x-ray eyi photo nu ewa ha no de akọ gozna eyi fo ni bi Rwanda fo ni bi enti aha me wo machine ni bo ana yetwa ma no copy ni e computer so odu anu aka kire onu ode sa de no kwa me akotwe ne nam ode ko abroje la ba me akotwe aha yentini mfa bi nkire sesen
ebe na cheso betwa x-ray wa ha sesen ne yentimi fan convince Ghana fo ne wiasa mansan omudi omani di echi se nkofo no kwese nubone na ba yentimi fa a document a kire manifest kire nieme wo play you see yaw so kokodu ha enye bibi na ye bi manifest na generate man no ha ne no de kwa convince boni ni se niema wo kura na have been certified in Ghana okodu a eno no de kwa kire won so wo the picture na kire yen wa ha asem kura ye bedu ha wo the picture na kire yen wa ha o ono kwa the document ko kire wo to convince them say mi nkura cocaine
na Ghana for
scan e oyo na mi kura scan report ni items e wo mu nie na into okwa the picture ne kwa kire mo say gallons na wo plane mu ti gallons ni ana
no ya ma no aso
no de ko
na bi no de ko
sana ye ma wa ha
na adana minister akasa na wonyi ni na je reverend
say ne honorable kwatwe fosudi abetudwa no enough mawa I won't begrudge you.
Oh yes.
Enough mawa I won't begrudge you. But many position is say for investors na yehwe the international community na ehwe no.
Anti yempese
ebegu ehun fi abonten yempese edin be kwa abonten se
so mu ji photo no dia.
Sa photo no ni picture na aba betodwa no. Mu susu se eno na bema the international community who say oh Ghana for security agencies na ya adwuma na bibia hwe photo obi that player say wo tutai play na ayi pictures are gallons the sisi hwe eno wo na just no come on. Government must live above board. Government must show said they are in charge of the country. Government must seek to convince and communicate to the international community, say, our borders are not porous. Our security agencies are up to the task. Manifesting here, one my landing permit, but you have not been able to show us documented, refueling. Fuel do do send on motoye. You see,
no crowd be
refuel documents wa hana beto petrol no aviation fuel. Hana beto no. Enti Ghana Airport Company enti me ma document kire say this air med flight was refueled on this date. Quantity near
medem Yaris.
Now when
airport boiler ultimately oil me say
what I say it is a bind there say one person will convince you be e wa send be say one we walk the extra mile to quell all doubts because it was international implication.
And we are sure say
don't treat it like the normal politics.
Yeah, we are sure say a quarter of the year came a buy without pictures here minister a release here it can come away didn't say
baby
because we as of the time my papa nanka say any allegations no on fire ma bonting wa no fire ma bonting apart from flight no bobo so no anytime e buy enu money ade say the flight here buy nyina so minister na collaborate say they indeed came here meboa time no so if you say pepepe meboa enti ebe na aka details no ehwehwe na so no say enti ye hwehwem ozo no ya trofo yate no kure no nzen nso ase ono nkofa no kure ne mra yate ase o sa twa ho sa de no kure ne ba nukwe ade ba ye bomu a
Wisdom Gavo, I say the plane is not here for scanning. Check the right word. I won't tell you because you don't do your research before coming on air. Wisdom Gavo, we know the plane is not in Ghana. Are you telling me, sir, the scan results also left with them and we don't have copies of the scan results?
So you won't tell you.
Wisdom Gavo. Me, I have done my research, pal. I just don't want to go into the gaps. Honorable Kwachofu soon Semono anymore. But you see, sir, as some way our kind tells me, sir, you probably don't even appreciate the issues very
well. You must listen to the minister again. Yes, you must listen to him again.
The plane is not here. Yes. Abeye ni ebeye wi eko. Yesi ebe scanner ni maybe eko per certification. Ye pese e kire Ghana for say sa na ebeye ye. Me pa cho plane no ko no ntino sa information ni wa na. Come on. Leave about partisanship.
Ebe pra airport ho. There will be a report.
Ye penny say aban penninfo eye mistake ayen kan kire wo mo say kwai alfa so no weti
president aye such a fantastic move na ye the way ya baba man ni mo etwitwitwi kuchi
sa asemu yan kanya asemu
president ekele asemu na me say president really we ni na sa asemu ye
because ankabe ye fe it will all matter once and for all. Nanka secret odi nanka o pictures kura wo kura no kura wodi official report to mu out of the investigation e ba e rank no an nanka si na wodi wo unsusuye mu. Come on now obi catch me say obi send a message say what Kwachofosu said is the position of government until that is the communication government is giving to the people of Ghana. But are you aware said the security agencies are yet to start investigation into the matter? So why is government contradicting itself? In one breath, when you are Jumano, with information about you, in another breath, the state agencies also Jumano are hoping to start.
Why are they calling for collaboration?
Hey, come on. This government has goodwill. This government has goodwill. Don't take advantage of goodwill and bulldoze your way through and do anything anyhow. Reset no means you're my world-class governance. You're better than Ibim. Can't you just ask Ghana Civil Aviation Authority to produce a report to you on these flights and come and present that report to us?
We report to
I say there is nothing like scanning at the airport. Go and check the right word and come back so that you can stop misinforming Ghanaians.
Please play the minister.
The minister used the word scanning and screening.
Play the minister.
Now RFA equipment in a Juma Ben RFA equipment in a Juma Ben and scanning screening. Okay. Party the
right word no why educate and one for men na whole results no one.
Yeah, we need right word be empathy. We need right word be.
We are going by what the minister said.
The minister used the word scanning and screening. He mentioned RFA equipment and okay say they came here to do scanning and screening. Machine adwuma no. Where are tangential issues? The real issues in here can once.
Is he same person? Yeah. Who say he's playing along with words? What do I say? And also fat minister and say more by any the content of his message. Now, if we say inconsistencies be a more, if we say a non
pointing out inconsistencies and they have issues with it.
Yes.
And to one person a baby a hook, line and sinker. Chairman, sabi adwene ne adwuma o. metihana ka asɛm kyerɛ me na madwene yɛ me na ɛwɔ sɛ mebusam menya nkɔfoɔ na wo ka asɛm tra na mafa na mekɔ matinti da bi adwene me nya adwuma dwendwene asɛm no ho kari asɛm no we asɛm no fa kɔ adwendwene mu busa sɛ ɛtɔ aso mu ana ɛntɔ waso mu a ask the questions.
He wants us to do full disclosure of some of the things research.
Full disclosure on what? We research I na da bontene de da. Play ni baby fa call ye baby ko wie ye ni ade ni da bontene. That is not for me the issue. Me issue ni say how is government seeking to put this matter to bed? Obia and doubt it near course. That is the most important thing. It is about communicating the manner creating gaps are. The government should be watchful because at the end of the day, it be counterproductive. We allow the security agencies to finish their work and a report to be on the baby. I saw my omajumeri. Well, pick to 2 months per memory car back can some way I mean, pictures in videos in there. Mobian Jinason Kase. It is enough. It can't be. It can't be. Some videos you cry. Say, funny say. Would you call to say evidence? We need someone the opposing side be easy. And then the children says our pictures which are kutuka.
Now I try.
Charlie, let's live above board. You money in a way.
In evidence. In chief.
Yeah, my fancy here. Galamsey. Charlie, now when you saying you're very repatriating China for now. Now,
that's what the minister
was Suma Collins, my pictures be.
That's what the minister is saying. So, China for now. Yes. Was so Muntakaba wa edwuma o. Ona Muntaka wa edwuma. Ana him Nancy repatriations are order akoso. Edwuma akoso. But we are asking the question say repatriation here enough and say yemfa wo monfa ye mremu e wa ha. Na wo monso ehunu se ne ye twe enipa so e wo such matters ho. Na yemra ni sise.
Yemra ne say oye galamsey ayencho yemfa nko court udi for yemfa nko afiase.
Ndi se me say yemfa omukuru ma it is illegal.
That is the position of Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining.
Yes. If that is what the law says, Adibi Abeyeno outside the law illegal.
But the minister is raising some practical issues
on the grounds of law?
No. No, but just listen to him. I mean, I say his point is that in time past, China for actually be brave to your at a two Muhammad, one few men who come down to men with Timubi. So, obet or do bet show now, or do ama police now, police who are court now, Mudi quarter, Kweniabano. Or say, even there are immigration officers are Mrs. a corporate, Omudin. So what I say, ya change on queen.
Go no imagine
why. And for him, his point is that obe repatriate you mumu rather than say odi omo fire system ni mumu to bribes na ejai omo. Na Adisaba Ezekiel live on Facebook. Because good afternoon, BB. With the kind of corrupt legal system we are experiencing here, I would wish the Chinese should be repatriated to China when caught in illegal mining. So China for someone in bribe to Yapa.
China knew basically for more ways edgeman day. That is if you any Jidea.
And I said the Jidea Yado.
Baba said,
oh, you don't be about him. Money in the mumma. You don't know. And Papa. And so, your friend engineer, na Yanine Disanko, why he thinks he said a counterproductive, say, you're very repatriate China for no to their country instead of say a better near the legal system. Now, some time ago, the Chinese ambassador to Ghana, Ekasa Galamsey, listen to the interesting things he said about Ghana for the way I and the blue China for ne ba or say China need be in Ghana baby a good war. The Chinese ambassador sometime, I think 2 years ago, Emro Kasa or Ghana on illegal mining.
We always request Chinese citizens here to do things legally, to do things according to law and local laws and regulations, and even traditional customs. Like I know you have a lot of traditional customs. We ask Chinese, that's our way. We always, and I know there are some Chinese, not all Chinese, there are some Chinese, involved in this illegal mining, but we discourage them. And I follow, because I was accompanied President Akufo-Addo to Beijing. He even mentioned this. When he met our president last time in 2018, our president said to himself that if any Chinese committed any illegal things here in Ghana, you do according to your law. We support you do according to your law. So we discourage Chinese people doing this illegal mining. But I read the news now is a topic. Actually, you have a lot of regulations, but not all people, even including Ghanaian people, they're not abiding the laws. I think Chinese people, they're only very tiny of them doing this. But we are, even in this year, we are taking a lot of measures dealing with these issues.
EpaHoaDaben.
We always request Chinese citizens here to do things legally, to do things according to law and local laws and regulations, and even traditional customs. Like I know you have a lot of traditional customs. We ask Chinese, that's our way. We always, and I know there are some Chinese, not all Chinese, there are some Chinese, involved in this illegal mining, but we discourage them. And I follow, because I was accompanied President Akufo-Addo to Beijing. He even mentioned this. When he met our president last time in 2018, our president said to himself that if any Chinese committed any illegal things here in Ghana, you do according to your law. We support you do according to your law. So we discourage Chinese people doing this illegal mining. But I read the news now is a topic. Actually, you have a lot of regulations, but not all people, even including Ghanaian people, they're not abiding the laws. I think Chinese people, they're only very tiny of them doing this. But we are, even in this year, we are taking a lot of measures dealing with these issues.
You heard the voice of the former Chinese ambassador to Ghana, Emra or Kasa about Eye Galamsey. Nasimunina said, Ghana ha ye mra wo Ghana ha. Inti se China ni ba no beto ye mra, yemfa ne mfa ye mra kwan so. Osanso ka se Galamsey na ye ka no China fo ye involved ni ye kakra bi. Dodo na ye nkrofo Ghana fo. Na omoma mpanim kura ka ho asem ama ade ni nyina akwa se eye Ghana na ye ma ho kwan e ma ne ba ne saa. Bra Facebook na behade bi Collins for pictures ne sen gu ho ene immigration for repatriation ahodo a wo mo aye of Chinese nationals omodi o makọ back to their country infonini ni. This is China after Ghana handed over their nationals to them. Papa yo share ready ya ojina ho ye Ghana an immigration officer ono ena the team enso so ka ho a omode China for so handing over ceremony of the deportees ena ohunu no ewo Facebook say the Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, who is the Interior Minister, said he believes the way out of this matter a repatriation of South foreign nationals here omo AD Saboni. Na osusu said the way a system no a compromise na nkofo to a bribe oni ade no China for no so escapa inti say ye ba be ma wo mo kwan mo ma fa through your legal process ni mu a they will end up compromising the system. He even cited a case where immigration officers are able to change the names of some of these Chinese nationals just to aid them to continue to stay here and perpetuate their crime. Mamem ko ahomano so na mene engineer Kana Shigbe enkasa ewo saa asemi hu na mempeke thoughts on this approach by the minister. Engineer Kana Shigbe to make happy FM sune memo ha edo wase bebrebe.
Pacho, what to say?
Obadi adom me ho ye pa na pacho we.
This is try and see away.
Yeah, the nyame ase. So what do you make first of all of minister and opposition say repatriation is the way to go? What's right?
It's laughable.
I didn't hear.
Actually, because as a journalist, Fatima Wato, the Dano Foundation,
yeah.
Share Chinese for Nankasa ambassador say, Yen, ye womra ye crew. In the Chinese Nibano Baye Bonia, Yamfa and Mrakwanson and Kinaso. Kosher Minerals and Mining Act, as amended in 2019, Act 995, Mekai, Section 4. The Ober Penemia Mekai Section 4 natural. I say where a non-Ghanaian who is liable on summary conviction under subsection 3 is a person liable to deportation under Section 35 of the Immigration Act 2000, Act 573. That non-Ghanaian child were sentenced to a term imprisonment serve the full sentence before deportation in accordance with subsection 3 of Section 37 of Act 573. Into minister and policy now can Emrano does not give him any discretion. I said, Uncle Pono, you try or you prosecute you, you find him guilty, you sentence him, you will call him an Aisha. Now, senior colleague or senior engineer came here, Wabing Chem, what's up for my two, sir? Your friend is a grandfather because a richer. You go and guard him. And no cast I shall want there is a deportation. I shall want to get on answers about my mamma, commander in chief, who says he had deported. He bought a senior poros. In his deportation, we are on the Samba back. Chinese ambassador soon wakacho say, wow, in the end, you will not bet you go forward back on China for some prosecute your mama. Of evidence, no, him, prosecute him. In the yen, I say, making sure that the justice delivery system a compromise. We will deal with the compromise. How is it that there was a case BATR? Chinese phobia, you know, more court. The only Ghana for no come here police for at this stage almost sentence. The Chinese for no call police prosecutor no call say your friend is saying China for no ama be my cremation. Nyamincha yesterday or judge or no patriotic or nationalistic. No catching someone cover ashes number. Policeman ni baba court say a surety no na dada. Into policeman, surety beka assemble when busa question there. At this stage, you see a busa IGP said, that police near or yes, I did. Then idea no. Surety is no so woman, so then idea. If our justice delivery system, there are some people who are corrupt, we are. Now IGP Akato or transfer for them. Making sure that 3 months said so when you jumana yam chinaso. But most importantly, and not in the catcher His Excellency the President. State of emergency NDC almost supportive Bravo opposition. It is important say you better declare state of emergency. And yes, you better declare state of emergency over the whole country. But the part of the country now are ungovernable. It's a forest reserves, water we no more galamsey for what declare state of emergency. Sir, extraordinary powers are President Benyan. One of them open to me and my make special fast track 24-hour court is 30 up say their UK formal route this year now. Omu making sure that the route this year. Within 24 hours, just sentence on. At the same thing as here, declare state of emergency. Yes, starting jailing Sanko for ya, making sure that media should be report here. Opo China, Bedrin, Yansabium. If you are Ghanaian, now person call Malaysia. Oko Jeep visa on your message. Stampu own him now the Eduboni Baho Omoku. Inti by the time I want us over to the same thing. Into this particular policy of the minister, no, it is so wrong in terms of examples of what has happened in the past. No, it is wrong, and then also. It is not based on any law. It is legally also wrong.
What do you make of the argument, sir? Foreigners are more regarding illegal mining. They often take advantage of loopholes in system to compromise prosecutors any security for etimi efa emranimu. In some cases, we are told through connivance, immigration officers need to be created. Mrs. Suspects need to be edin. They are able to pay their way out. And bail conditions be because of most country they are able to do so, and they continue to stay into all repatriate any better. What do you make of that argument?
Now, if the immigration officers are corrupt and they allow things to happen, why then? The immigration officers deporting of back into the system. What has to happen? Young leaders, they have to be leaders. They have to hold and conform under them to account. Your friend is saying, Minister for Interior, so to be holding immigration head to account. Hold the IGP to account. IGP should be cut down and make sure they hold the account. Be able to finance obey with there is the situation and yes, so people now obey ku Ghana, no fear foreigner because and they're very important. What logic is that? It's so illogical. Because me say me any say me call Western North, that means me Ekoya Galamsia. Because me you better deport me me from chairman. And I mean they be discriminating against me. Me I'm a Ghana and they be discriminating against me. Me they be chumaso. But you're foreign and dear. You better Minia Yawasakuka. You show I bet Thomas Catella Biamo. You know what to play when they do the cool group. You have to hack my soul. I'm also account. Now I sound back about you. It's a bad policy. The Minister for Interior should quickly change it. Now, the evidence on Saturday, one of the TV programs, so I'm a Minister for Environment or State Policy, is not going to happen. I'm hoping Minister, Attorney General Bekachin Sadi Opeso and illegal. Other people Bekachin Sadi Opeso and resolving a problem. No, so I can say.
But it appears to be one of the key performance indicators for the minister because if you read online, you are seeing things like 107 foreigners deported since I became minister. Sounds like a big achievement, Manu.
Hey, but I say what we should ask there. The number of foreigners not here deported maybe Happy FM under RTI Musa.
Okay.
Have any of them been deported under the crime of Galamsey crime? Then I see Minister no court. Now, for disobeying one of the laws of this young country, was nobody's above the law. The minister cannot be breaking the law. The immigration officers can also not be breaking the law. They cannot be executing unlawful orders. In TSA, your friend is saying, happy at the mode to be with an RTI.
Okay.
What were the crimes of these people and what was the nature of their state of prosecution and whether they had been prosecuted and sentenced before you repatriate them.
The Honorable Minister also said one of the strategies I will deploy to deal with Galamsey and he said Yababe rotate regional and district commanders are more Galamsey endemic areas and he will keep rotating until you improvement. An effective measure?
I say a bon minister. I say minister no. One breath, I am complaining in one breath, but in another breath, I think the minister, this is one of the most decisive decisions any minister for interior are taking since we started fighting Galamsey. Because unfortunately, our police reform, immigration for most of those places, EPA for more those places, minerals, mining inspectors or more those places, intelligence officers all those places. Two things there. It is either they are incompetent or they themselves are complicit and involved in the Galamsey themselves. In either way, they are not worthy of representing the Minister of Interior. Intermediate Minister of Interior Abasopa over this issue about deportation. And not only, because this was one of the things I was asking for, but not only is he deporting them, but Wakache said he's going to put them on a probation, which means that there will be some KPIs. I say only policeman in those places, I say to me answer to. In the minister says that KPIs, on any open, so that as citizens, in terms of monitoring and evaluation, that any policeman according to it, and you to me are reporting.
But question is, what will be the consequence of being reshuffled again? Because when to me I near Jumano, I mean, yes, I do another place. It may not be a mining area, but clearly, professionally, you have not lived up to your duty. There must be some consequence, Anna.
The thing about it is that for you to be able to punish anybody, you need to establish the principle.
That's true.
But if you are going to find and wholesale, most of them are complicit or incompetent, it might be too much. So maybe the beginning of it is the issues of the transfer. If you have mass transfers now, that 3 months probation, then they can start holding people accountable. If you are still there, and the KPI is to make sure that Galamsey is going on, then we can take you through the police inquiry and disciplinary systems. But for now, I think for me, I am happy with what the Minister for Interior is deciding to do so far as the transfers are concerned, and the fact that he would be reshuffling people based on a 3-month probationary period if they come into the Galamsey area. I think it's a good one. The only thing is that you say IGP Kodak, and so making sure that once our airway, he'll keep on monitoring, and I'm kind of say the KPIs, so Emma Ghana for 9 years to monitor. And he say, oh, our police need to be KPIs, so he's not meeting it. We can also raise it.
So over the recalcitrant nature of Galamsey Fui and some of our security forces so compromised that. It does appear to me, say, we'll keep reshuffling because it doesn't look like Galamsey if we are even ready to budge.
But that's why if you have an IGP who says that he's declaring war on Galamsey, then I'm presupposing that what he's also going to do. The Oya transfer now, he would be on those people.
Okay.
Once you start bringing pressure, people know that they can be jailed. People know that, disciplinary action can be taken against them. And then we declare the state of emergency, give the police extraordinary powers in areas, and then in civil society, we also are on our duty. Minister for Interior, Minister for Environment, Lands and Natural Resources, President, opposition, we are on our way. It would make it difficult and we will still be able to succeed.
LI 2462. Amendment against revocation. Meaning say makasa ho, but what is the next step for the coalition to stop an amendment instead of revocation?
His Excellency John Mahama Brown opposition or declare say ye obe revoke line so MPP for anya. Even MPP for ye bo mu so bo so man ye dwuma no ka. Omu Attorney General prepare instrument, a revocation instrument. The ban is saying our president Otumi the e-levy asema or as a campaign promise or transforming into a budget statement, transforming into a bill. It to me assembly within 82 days. The issue of the revocation of LI 2462 now already on the way. As of now, we have almost close to 6,000 Ghanaians almost signed a petition or change.org. Every Omampini on making sure that Obe revoking. You hope as a listening president, Ghanaians, the citizens are appealing to no making sure say amendment instruments no parliament immediately no be arresting on way you feel. Now a friend is saying you revoke it. Thank God the petition become a subsidiary legislative committee. Me sure someone who say across 5,000, across 6,000. In your try a letter say I'm afraid for meeting. In your hope is almost so obey there somewhere.
And then I'm sign a petition.
But that's in patcho. You're making sure say happy FM BRA or person or you're interested in transgenerational management of your natural resources. No, or be making sure so also didn't establish a sacrament. Adiana yɛkyɛn saa mmara no ɛyɛ mmara sɛ EPA for ɛpɛsɛ ɔmo part of managing mining firms to say Girard, managing firms to say Newmont any bauxite mines now more mining or forest reserves as far as 2005. Sometimes so coach Girard for any Newmont for mines who said ɔmo restore ɔmo land na you unji this ɔmo mining na EPA person ombe manager and yet you find for Mbra Parliament. Na yen share ni yen contribute to no. Na yen but this particular law a bad law. It has to be revoked.
So the airline must go entirely.
The airline in all its entirety because on airline ankasano we share airline subsidiary legislation, and for any subsidiary legislation to be done, it has to be built on a parent law. EPA for parents law, no, it does not give them any mandate to do the things that is being done under the LI 2462. A lawyer for the catcher say you can't build anything on nothing. From that point of view, Emrano first guidelines there. Nanka mining, no, it happens only in protected forest reserves. Now this particular one, they are protected. There any forest reserve. We is amendments on person now. You.
But you too.
We the person amending now. Because the president is going to be mining in globally significant biodiversity risk. It would only save about 10% of our forest reserves. But you repeal it, you revoke it completely. We'll be saving about 60%. And the way governance is done. Before we call forest, we mining. We forest entry permit. First thing we mining rights. Minister. Now we minerals commission. Now we water. We EPA. We water. And sana fifth we call forestry commission. By the time we could do on. Nani panwa boka say another thing is the forestry commission boss or no or a minister for land and natural resources and appointing.
Yeah.
Bram the minister nama will be mining rights or no because my manipano say monko to a go. In Tisano mean ya share regulation 8 and 9 and your papa regulation 60 and your papa into a man and katana too.
Very well. Engineer, but before you go, I have been thinking a way around Galamsey, and I drink a cry nanka me ponder over and he said, can we end Galamsey by outlawing small scale mining? Na yenka say instead no small scale mining companies no inform a consortium. Omo baby consortium number. Say 5-10 crane be pooling resources. No more they are forming a big mining company. Because I realize Minerals Commission, any state agencies, they are very stern on the large mining companies. The large mining companies, because of more departments and structures, they are able to employ experts ensure proper and safe mining. In Tianka, yenyi small scale mining crane free. Now small scale miners form but together. Say 5 companies, 10 companies never form a consortium. So buying best supported with some even funding input through Exim Bank near the idea to buy the right equipment. Nanka boys now almost trenches in the mono. Now Omabeya consortium they have the capacity to employ them. Oko big mining companies now workers they are regulated. Omunta the shame one understanding of mining nankasa or sitting among the baby the companies ensure that they live well. Nanka attract boys near bush to want to wear uniform and properly mine. Is it not workable?
Well, it's a policy worth doing, but in the minister, one of the normal now, which is commendable, no, a community mining now, which was almost the same as Galamsey, or per se, or society, and obey cooperatives. You can take a cue from some of these things and then be able to do it. But we should also state that there are some small-scale miners who mine properly, reclaim their lands and all of that. Until we might have to do a hybrid of what you're talking about, where we let Ghanaians to form a consortium, bringing everybody together. Because Abainte, minister, and one of the good things, by the time they see Hono, Obe making sure small scale miners no more prospecting biome into the geological survey prospecting now a parcel. So I think proposal is something that we should explore. Your Minister for Lands and Natural Resources is being come. Hopefully, maybe a national dialogue might happen again, and maybe our ideas we need to also table it.
Engineer, Happy FM that's area.
Actually, yes, you that. And you ever say Happy FM with you for near say, Facebook, Happy FM Day. Petition the better way, you sign it, you more than 10,000. The chairman Penny say, you pursue tea. Now, revoke airline completely.
Engineer Ken Ashigwe, I'm grateful once again for your time. Thank you so much.
Dibayo, Gurai Gidai, Dibaye, Oh, Mai, Yandamabaya, Dibayo, Debu Guridabala, Dikurade, Dibaye. Dibayo, Gurai Gidai, Dibaye, Oh, Mai, Yandamabaya, Dibayo, Gurai Gidai, Dibaye, Oh, Mai, Yandamabaya, Dibayo, Gurai Gidai, Dibaye, Oh, Mai, Yandamabaya, Dibayo,
98.9 FM, EpaHoaDaben Jumedini, 18 gone past 4. We're running up until 6. Now, yet day, happy nunsia kasi bona bro. But one more fra, we do senior high school level, now pe school papa paiba buamo, now omotimi etwa womo wasia. St. Andrews SHS. St. Andrews SHS 2025-2026 academic year admissions na shasiye. SHS 1, 2 and 3 ni nyina wo ewo facilities na teacher for betete wo ma no say watchro eye wase na wantwa yie na person better grades at St Andrews is your best bet. There general arts, general science, home economics, visual arts and business. Your boarding and hostel facilities and so into chile na ofia ensuro eyade a yebema ba bia da na adesua no so akoso ye dia ma. Your excellent wase results over the years. Your tree blow last stop. Tree blow last stop. And I'll be St. Andrews SHS. Call St. Andrews and there on 0249 832 015. 0249 832 015. And 0249 0546 048332 0546 048332. St. Andrews Senior High School SA, we are always in the lead. Eclipse Collateral Management and Advisory Services Semin Kamfomawo Entna Edaya Yawan Kasawodia or land title certificate mu na ensu sikanekom. Ene o one Kasawodaya Edino air registered in your name. Don't cry over money. And found one if you do a dine die our value. Eclipse Collateral Management Advisory Services say omo be kire okwan abetimi do land title certificate no ayesika every year e de ama wan kasa ho. Yes, it's happening. And it's actually a risk-free environment na omude usika no omude documents ne bekwa kowura na eyisika no ede abrewo se opeso hunu nhihye tai sa eye policy echia one Eclipse Collateral Management and Advisory Services enkasa na womumbie keys ne nkirewo ne hunu sene ensemo no echo. At Eclipse we say we think safety and earn decent income. As we are thinking of your safety, now also any decent income. Your dental barrier close to Medimoses Hospital, Eben, West Africa Senior High School, no bit me on 0543 832466 0543 832466. Angel Cola, awoma. Angel baye, ajibebia, nsadoko de. Na Angel na no ode deda ode oba no ho ode nso wo ma bebiri ana meboa ana ya meboa oba no ho ye ne de no anye ma bebiri no wo bebiri be ma nso no ho ye ne de no wo pete sa meboa. Angel Cola wo ma bebiri ene your Angel Orange, your Angel Mango, your Angel Peach and your Angel Apple Lime among for favorite nkwada ne pe omuso omono a etese awade enunti enso to we are party na the Angel range of products bi ekwase nkofo ko awia de kofie mesrew woni adwuma ye na obi so padwuma bi na on support a ka che nipa ne se opese okofa Angel products ni bi ebegu shop mu woni ni ntia because wo moka odi begu mu ase egu so a yetu ani Angel Orange, Angel Mango, Angel Peach, Angel Apple Lime. Sa ensen ya mabobodin. Adonko Soft Drinks Beverages Limited ena eye. Ema unipadua no ahoden. Esanso maintaini unipadua no nsuo na ewo mu no in normal balance. Ya debi amtaka se ema nsuo ejine nipadua no debia na eda gauge. Eso nte. Bomode ne kope binom ewie yi boye ewie mu aye hia wakwaba epanimu adwuba ako a emu nso ode ne fate wo breso faye breso na okra enso eni enje nkwada nyina atimi nom asofo nyina nom matwo mennom akowesafo kora nso nom because omutimi de fra wo mu whisky ema no etoni ne down e de ma wo mo. Angel range of products Angel Orange, Angel Mango, Angel Peach and American for the open a do to a fret 02448 32286 and 0507 878668 0507 878668 when you Angel Nkasa na onso pebi enom midin ene Bismark Brown
baby when you say first na ye binumu ye share down pe politics ye say politics for no manyo made enti omunye But na mumu ebinumu nso nti enyina ye ni agi se ye beboa ma oman na akosoro na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ma oman na lawyer for enyina pon akofia koda nyamishra
EpaHoaDaben.
Sa decisions you need on the monetary policy rate in a T-bills rate, you know. A bit may achieve the same results, but a bit may artificial. At the end of the day, you will succeed, say, obey shrink from the system because our monetary policy rate is 28%. But the T-bills rate, you know, it discourage amount from buying. Inti, so my fan question baby for still, so can in the system no more hoarding. Until you may think so will control inflation. There's one more pay up, but indeed, one more pay up, scanning for 1 month. Or T-bills rate to cost ra, then they pump the money into the system. To be a bit say, oh, I have succeeded with the monetary policy rate to reduce inflation. And the woman pa say artificial. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's what I've been on that. That's what I was what I've been. What's up, man? I'm on light questions.
Oh, Charlie, me wanna mean na ya me ya. Oh, person ma person. Say me be enko ye. Oh,
And yes, so Yom Herbal Lotion share. Deals Generations Enterprise in Ediaba.
and tiene wo mu a. E ma ne bu achuma pa.
What you have by one wedding bra? E kuni pedium yaw crack na ye drink. Say entu nam yaw. Anyone person yare biase. What you and say obeshi kakre go nsem. Na wodi achichi wo hu na mani. Anyone person baby a eya we ya. Na mo no mo wa. Hu ba jo. Amo yaw na ko. Na hu aju say fom. Did I they want to want some cry?
Wow, we just send it some.
Enye ni jesem keke o. Esesa brabo nso ma wa setino ko yie. Abra wo bo de wu atra foforo.
Na menya bia to he.
Se wo pedudu etu. Ana wo pese wutu biton. Ana wo pe contract sale dia. Ene ye frɛ 024-473-0295 ana 030-295-4146. Afei so wo benya bia to e wo pharmacies ne herbal shops mu. Yom Herbal Lotion. Life is possible. Edro yi nyam ma pemfo. FDA agye dwade kratu atu.
Number one everywhere you go. Big go. For the friends and the family. Big go. Big refreshing moment. Big go. For the kids and the adults. Big go. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big go. Everywhere the party day. Big go. We go mash up the place with it. Big go. Greatest in every battle. Big go. Big go. Big go. Big go. Big go. Greatest in every battle. Big refreshing moments.
Beagle Drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Welcome back. EpaHoaDaben DNA brings us to 4:30 exactly. My guests are seated with us this afternoon. GCPP4 General Secretary, Otai Etenenka, the only citizen in Ghana's politics, Wajinedja, and clad in all blue, one of my favorite colors. What can I say? And then me can say and me commentary no. Citizen mo ha e do ba say ye. Yeah, bobody. Me that's it. You do body nya me say. Former municipal chief executive Emma Ebuakwa South Ebuakwa North Municipal Assembly Eteha MPP Nima Pa. He's been a big uncle over the years. Any opposition, he has more time on his hands. Kabananka assembly meetings be dreaming idea. And the opposition bentino or mre we free for the ababesra ne. Alaji Budinga Ajinedja Alaji Memo Hamu Akwaba. Yeah. Naboko de Adom. Nobody has said. Nobody has said. Many about Kwejume Menena ya che. I always enjoy his presence on my show. A man you know already. So I follow political communication over the years. That this name is not a Nino at all. Kwaku Mawuli Nanegbe, a member of the NDC's communication team. Chief, I'm
good. And I'm also now also the Mauta. Okay.
So Galamsey, Misha Sinfrihon Mokakana, and pick your thoughts on the approach by the Minister of the Interior in dealing with Galamsey. Oblivu said reshuffle after every 3 months, depending on your performance as a regional or district commander. NSC Ebekoso. Inti oye district commander ewo ebia mefa me honye.
Ana chebi
ebia chebi ana
osino na
no mutu alaji go for to your district commander osino ana bibisa na Galamsey koswa yebe you free what wako baby Galamsey ni ho ana baby ayenya mine nko a kra na ye de obi fufura ba ho onipa na ye de beba na ma na 3 months to see effectiveness in leadership. Yehuna ono so ye be ho ne de na ko baby fufuro. Or say he will keep rotating until he gets the right man to deal with the issue. Or also say repatriation of Chinese nationals and foreign nationals. In fact, can Chinese nationals, one can foreign nationals, because we have a number of other nationals are almost Galamsey, you know. We don't know about deportation in their cases, But the University China 4 have been deported over the years. The minister is seeking to institutionalize it by making it more of the ministry's direction in terms of Kwamba some of the foreigners in the Befaso. Until or say the Chinese will be repatriated. Point is that they're able to compromise security for no bail condition be abamani be obeti memiti security for na be boa mo sesa omudin omoda so ti krom ha no mo di bone na omoda so ti e di bone no nti ye mo komumu a eye. I read a city newsroom report indicating say omo ayede omo kono ye de omo kwa the Chinese government prosecutes them. I don't know under I also know say any extradition treaty be with China for as to the claim say indeed your prosecution for illegal mining in Ghana. No, I am not able to substantiate that, but the report is on City Newsroom and we indicate BBC, and we have pictures indicating the handing over ceremony of Omwa ya repatriate Omono. From the Ghanaian officials. Collins, if you can share the pictures with our viewers on Facebook, I'll be glad. And the whole issue of Galamsey and how we're dealing with it. Kwaku, how do you find the approach of the minister, where you kind of say reshuffle of commanders and his belief that repatriating Chinese foreigners is the way to go?
Maybe me that say, I mean, chair General Secretary, citizen. any former DC Honorable Bodinga if you are any for any Facebook live at your phone na Eddie can Mr. 1 minute on the 12th on the 12th of this month it is a Saturday.
That's right.
Omanpenyi Mahama Beko Teachman.
Oh yes.
Ako launch Feed Ghana project. Nti your project in fact on 1 p.m. Saturday na koyeda yeko from they are 2 Saturdays. Yes,
this coming Saturday.
Ewa Teachman. And yeah, encourage say we know it's another version of Nyayeni Operation Feed Ghana. Ubia to me ye for ni feature.
Yeah.
Nti encourage say ubia di hu bejim.
Okay.
Sorry for schools. Schools associations. Schools no basic schools. I've been encouraged say omo ye for secondary schools, tertiary university,
churches,
polytechnics, any churches.
Even fan clubs can
very important to fan. Very important into communication no cost will say ubia mbobodi fan hu ehemu bi so that at the end of the day no make me anya results no.
Okay.
Because
please come back to the studio. Why?
Was a CB cultivate yes at least
okay. So Feed Ghana project.
Yes, Feed Ghana project.
It's akin to Operation Feed Yourself, encouraging individuals. So
individuals, associations, schools, all of them.
Now, be at the launch, they better details.
Yes,
because some would need support.
Definitely
to be able to go into it.
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, support. On my Kabibi say in your manifesto say. Obe establish agric mechanization centers. No in various districts. To say be a Clote Kolihano, Yebenya center, yedi tractors beba.
And I say equipment
beba. Now the farm inputs away seeds, beka home fertilizer, beka home. Any near
they be at the bay phone.
Okay. Until who do phone we are tractor anybody can have a plow in our mouth.
Okay.
The Niamana can hold their mouth. No, I call ye woofu. Until we are phone we now person talk and no by now.
So toa.
Na we national breakfast stock for na nyo mun so the beko dwaso akoto utuwia na what isika nyama na omudi ama no any plowing na ya ama no
what ho ka dia kono
ade ama omuni aka no na wafa so it's one aspect of it, but there are other ones ewo mu a wampanyi ye launch na on Saturday ni na beba.
All the glasses here for you've changed it
yes. Every 2 years I change my so
I should learn that. To me shebe 5 years na me name.
We can guys me call I think on the 7th of December. That shem for no crowd. Ma delay crowd no they had issues, but the good news for me for the first time I will say my site has improved.
Okay.
So
anything I made them improvement
and here
mask my share 6 years old.
What?
No, it's
not advisable. Particularly, I have a problem. I have issues with my site, so I'm very particular about it.
No, but this is good. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Galamsey.
The issue about Galamsey.
Now, Feed Ghana, no, Samumubia will be become so why and can't free hope. Alaji Bodinga. What they planting for food and jobs by?
Yes. The planting for food and jobs. Phase 1, phase 2.
Yeah.
Media say near Feed Ghana on paper near Okano is good, but in real situation above for more NAB because this is a country as we are speaking now. Galamsey for us say assassinating echo. How are we going to implement this? Yeah, challenges.
Okay.
And or see do no. After launching, details about it. But I can tell Ubia Oti, my fertilizers, any seed needs there. Me say, Minister of Agric. Now, a idea common. As I'm speaking now. Yes, I'm telling you. As I'm speaking now. Uba Eastern Region, Uba municipality, the fertilizers are here by here for farmers. Echo between November and this thing, buy maybe municipality no, ye take regional agric buy and almost pay warehouse or more. Me, I gave them warehouse containing 7 districts. As I'm speaking, some of the fertilizers are there. NDC4 change of government, Chakri, and hey, they are coming on it. Ombeye, or one of me friend, regional agric director, and I'm saying, Momo Besre, me say, Mupese, warehouse, my mamu. But this is the information. Anti-sa fertilizers, no American, it be a urea. Be a MPK.
Okay.
Urea no na eba last and NDC for field say emo. So they thought emo and eba and omo buy your friends quickly with the intervention of near custodian of that friends and agreed directory. Any police for never stop them. So they branded all those areas.
And now we found Konkudi.
Why?
So
there be house. Me anya media be ma. Ti say na nanegbe eba ebia opede bi odi ni niam bi ti say be go and say okay, oh why not abine no problem. Warehouses no be bree. Enti mumma megu.
Ti alaji senior we na be hu chale.
Chale ananya okay. Say when him say ebro season ewo period ewo.
Yeah.
Enti hard say ya egu ho. One month me and releasing my district agric officers. Omudi beko koma agric farmers no because when they took their data, agric for no to keep their data, every community, farming community, omuni nkrofo a enter into because that one is a grant. A buy.
And I saw mboko so acha na.
And at that time no twem so to bremo atwem na bia bro wi na.
Afei na different
fertilizer paper.
Anyway.
Then that's one thing I ewo.
Okay.
But it's a good idea. But we feed Ghana.
Feed Ghana.
First of all,
okay. Domestication.
I'm on record to have said that planting for food and jobs was an excellent idea because it falls in line with our domestication ideas. See, on Mama Maker there, so-called smaller political parties all over the world, they are meant to win national elections.
That's true.
But some of them are able to influence policy. And the GCBP over the years, and sometimes the political parties mention the name of our founder, mention Operation. They talk about these things because if you're a champion and boom, when our founder was propounding the Operation Feed Yourself ideology, we always feel that we've lived it.
That's right.
So we cannot leave agric and say that Omai will survive. No. I mean, other countries now, won't need arable lands. They are doing a turnaround.
That's right.
Then Ghana, Burkina Faso, and Niger. How can you compare Niger assassin to Ghana assassin? I said, I said, so I really do not understand why we should be in this state.
To say under, I think it's under MPP. A damn it is say you didn't call for Israel to go and study more agric models. Now Musa who say Israel. No, they are doing so well in agriculture.
So well.
But we have more environment, more climate, more sase. Now, in terms of agric, they stand very tall. Now, you want good climate, good soil. You quite agric. Not even the question greenhouse. Greenhouse technology. Greenhouse because need the climate. So you have to artificially create the climate for Niemano. Climate. You question greenhouse technology by Ghana. Hey,
necessity. But you see, Bibi, I think that sometimes you see the geopolitics. People want you to learn how they do it so that you will still need them to survive. Okay. But we like to just go and bring and copy. Meaning why are you do the madam?
The cooperation copy.
When we are saying today, yes, I see, and you see the sad aspect and it links to this Galamsey issue here, and you can once a minute. My assassina, yes, saying we are not just destroying the soil, but the chemicals you introduce in Ukraine,
nutrients,
West. And if your water bodies are destroyed, irrigation.
A very important issue. Another issue to answer.
Then I say, me and yesterday, even cocoa farms in Biwa mix instead of that, bottled water.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Pure water. To use a problem.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, Ghana.
Galamsey fight and approach of Minister Muntaka Mubarak. Let me hear you.
Yeah, Bibi, Eddie kind. I think the minister only communication regarding the rotation and reassigning of reshuffling of police officers.
In fact, regional and district commanders.
Yeah, and I think it's very commendable because all the time, I can say sometimes MMDCs, any police officers who are Galamsey areas, the likelihood say who chair or how you be compromiser is very high. And so on that basis, me commending not say we appointees, soldier police for command district and regional commanders now more mining areas. So you may more Africa the different set of team officers at their core. I think it's good. And so that at least because this Galamsey thing and we can say no me san commend Kenashigbe ni Arucha Ghana munina for say you are not relenting. You are really focused on the illegal mining fight. No sir ebebua. But the other part is the issue of deportation of
Chinese
nationals. I listened to Minister Oko Kumase or Kasem. As we speak, I'm unable to tell whether it's a cabinet decision.
Okay.
Because and it was an opportunity with Muslims on Kasa. So sometimes Sanyamano Eba. But from past experience, under John Mahama 2013-2016, now you deported Chinese for Bibri. And those deportations were largely based on the fact that this is law. You see, Galamsey niya or Dimrika. And so when the person is running away, now you don't have evidence because the person is running away. So it was difficult to prove in court. Because as a prosecution, menstrual, any actus rules, you need to prove. But now also the court evidence, and on that basis now. Honorable Inusa Hussein decided say the deportation was proper. But when there is something
because of lack of evidence.
Really? Because it will be difficult to prove. You saw the person running away, you chase him to go and arrest. So
if you arrest him, you can investigate and establish that no Galamsey.
But you see, taking the times, we have a investigation, no linking the panel to, and you see, which is a lawyer ni beba. I be catch us a baby, which in the panel, or the Mrika air Kowuchino, as a way Galamsey, grab me as a no name ni baby, and I will bet you. So you, as a prosecution, you have a lot of work proving. So, Honorable Mustafa Hussein and the team at that time, only a lawyer for a analysis is very difficult. Until now, almost the deportation was the best. But when Mimi who baby ama menije, most of the arrests that I was seeing, when we say pictures, the Chinese people were standing there, equipments are actually so no much in a home. So there is pictorial evidence that we are. Who the court
because machine can of
what you say?
But the picture is not showing is any near Galamsey.
No, but at least those are the equipment. So you can link. So maybe I will take a picture. So it's around.
So the man is running away and you apprehend him. Not in the back site. No, to make us a machine here and there. Evidence being now here.
No, so ordinary. You know, sometimes too. You see, lawyers are interesting because of the nature of the practice.
Citizen court.
They are interesting. The burden of proof is on you as prosecution to establish link nipano to crime na but when what China on one kasa original equipment no akadia nemo na odi eligam original and I want to picture on deny so it gives you some evidence around on one kasa in the first place. So and for me as a lay person no enu ma me joy. But maybe I bet you say you deport your I mean, I have a lot of a bit of difficulty.
Okay.
And I make I say because I mean we cabinet decision. No?
Because the law is clear on what you do to foreign nationals.
Exactly.
Repatriation count.
Exactly. So and for instance, say Ebia whether we trade nationals in an event say yes
as a prisoner swap.
I mean, arrangement visa. So and especially also the experience I from Aisha 1 situation no. At least expected say if you ever visa no, we are not dealing with them here
according to our laws.
Yes. Besides our question will say, can any of us go to China and do what they are doing here?
Even if you're a high profile person, they won't send you back.
You understand?
With you there.
So and we also have to set way
some high standards and
I say yes serve you as deterrent because who jan no kwa obesa pe kwan e bia omo ticket ni de bia ban boa omo because you see the Chinese have a policy and this thing I read it from Professor Ines Aite. Or see almost friend with Chinchon experiment.
Okay.
And the experiment basically is that China will want to send its nationals all over the world because someone has someone say a crime so pay akono aban is government is prepared to support you to go.
Okay.
They are also pleased to come some more. Say okay, let's repatriate them. We are not serving any good purpose. In any case, they will find a way and come back again. So for me, is that even though we may be looking for support and other things, that one is at a diplomatic level and a bilateral level.
Yeah.
We need to set the standard very high, just as someone can say China for more that we don't tolerate these things here.
Like the Chinese ambassador said, as I played this afternoon, or say
exactly,
and we have to deal with their nationals according to our law.
So
and he said it.
Yeah. What I say? So he has placed the ball right in our course here. So we should be able to use this as good example.
Is it your estimation, sir? As some way to cabinet to shoot it down? This repatriation idea.
Well, I don't because you see,
you don't see cabinet accepting this approach
at all. Because say a bit deport you omono. So are we going to deport Burkinabes? Are we going
the question?
Are we going to deport
the Nigerians and the Nigerians?
And at the end of the day, so what's the end of the fight now? Yes, here fighting. So we need a picture. No, say here clear.
Yeah.
That is me. So I don't believe say cabinet. You better call cabinet any man. Never can say be deportation. I don't believe say because until as a minister no. Ensemble church mu biem say ebia onu ankasa na adwin or kire no so that we have a better appreciation because this fight
but he makes the point say our system is so compromised. They say anytime our person prosecute China he finds a way of paying his way out.
That one,
how do we deal with that?
Yeah, you see, part of it is why such an arrangement is going on even at Onwani level, say, or year reshuffling of police officers.
Okay.
So to an extent, we need to say a best strengthening systems now. Bill conditions now be mano. Say I don't know whether a presidential fiat will be, or a presidential directive will be a good one, or every attorney general who say, foreigner beer chino. I don't know, and it's related to illegal mining. Maybe I will build conditions, no, different. So that when we get you, maybe I say, we know say
the Chinese can pay,
not necessarily paying, but maybe say you be grant you bail, no crap on no bail condition. No say okay, maybe I jail, maybe you go remand. So and I say you choose so I jail something's drastic. Among some who are not deterrent enough, who will scare them away from just venturing into the illegal mining. And kingpins also Ghana for kingpins now so much because the Chinese are not doing this.
And no already issue. And this is for two manugu me so Facebook di ma tempoto. Me say President Mahama ka say oba grante amnesty to Ghana for na ya chichomoni because any woman na fund illegal mining. And he will go for the financiers, the kingpins. Oba ye achiche Ghana for ne China for we may repatriate Ghana for edomo famra kwanso. The kingpins behind those Ghanaians na actually woman obviously who they have no money to get an excavator. Why are they? Why are we not going for them? They were still going for the flies.
Yeah. I agree perfectly. Say kingpins no but to say no, we need to look for them.
You know them.
Oh no, in as much as
two for crack kind or say dan yet to me. You know your home.
But you see, in as much as to me sorry to say okay, so I can use a case for instance of the MPP Ashanti Regional Chairman because on no Akunta mining who some by to an extent. Police for now so we inviting Okra. So Obi Sani they agree that at least he must begin to be answering questions over Akunta mining and in your kika and your who are in those categories. If there is a basis, maybe a case before the police and now security agencies, how much we are moving so that we deal with them. I support that call very well because it will be a good point to start from.
Let me go around the table. Namintie Alaji Bodinga, so thoughts on the minister's approach to Galamsey. Ususu say bit me asakani many amayana.
Midasi Galamsey issue.
Yeah.
And with the two Bama Susisi.
No correct.
We did say Ghana ni bia especially ye fi baby Galamsey areas. Especially ye faso anymore general who cover ya Ashanti region fire you see all everything. But me American say aban bia no anka the law no executive presidency.
That's right. Yeah.
Constitution no ema kwan say wo na Ghana for nyina tu abama as a president. You only need a council of state members. Say ombeto efu say utimi unkoa alone with the council of state ubebu minor ubetimi abu. There's maybe a new esi ukwan. But enam say wo hihye ye as a president no ena wo poni to mi kakra ehye ngbanfo nsem. Enti nyampesa mekani se nani koku eka bibi se eye bia Minister of Interior na adwin eka ye dey no we are taking it to say he is the representative of the president in terms of interior within his realm and ade no see na oka se odibema the friends reshuffle regional police commanders and the
district commanders. Our mining area.
Yes, and no anti-minyafi.
I didn't tell.
Yes. Uba in political era in Ghana by the law, no, Regional Security Coordinating Council, the chairman of that council no,
is the minister.
A regional minister. Uba the district and municipal no, MUSEC or DISEC is being chaired by the
MC or DCE.
Yes, and the MC, no, another regional minister or DCE, they are the appointees of the president.
Okay.
And they represent the president as well as especially at the municipality, as well as the chief representative of the friends and country in that particular.
See president.
President and day-to-day administration.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, say Muntaka, my senior brother. Say obetimi ebeye reshuffle.
Alaji Muntaka
when you see me.
Oh, sir.
Oh, my brother, pa.
Wow.
You see?
You say you are surprised.
Yeah. You see? Say obe reshuffle there and a Juma a minister of interior no obe brepa because a quarter of it any galamsey I can based of he is an interior minister. Because every issue about our your friends protection within the Esheninsa.
Okay.
Ahinsem biba on one Esheninsim. And to obejina ho ekase oberutueti police commanders. Obereshuffle oweko ha na we yabaha the next month or timia. Enya ade abetimi aboa.
But won kire me nti emwa.
We emwa ni say the Regional Security Coordinating Council is being chaired by the regional minister.
But the regional minister doesn't have the power of enforcement.
Okay. The regional minister, the regional police command over there is under his instruction. And the regional police command, the district police commander is under the instruction of the regional police commander.
Yes, okay.
And of the regional commander. And the regional minister also, the DC, is under his command. Okay? This command can take it from him. Obetimata, the police commander, Echi Obi, not DC friend say Jayakwai Obejano. And I mean can ABS as I'm speaking.
Oh sir.
Yes, in Eastern region. Police for echo year round. Raids. Ewo your friend community be your friend Jose Fisher.
Okay.
And omuko
ewo Krubenso.
Fisher a part a Krodu your friend Fisher is part of Abuakwa North municipality.
Okay.
And omuko Chinkrofo. Galamsey. Because I protected that area as a jurisdiction I made referencing.
Now
and it is say no Womako and a yachiwom and Womaba police command, Southern command. When him say Eastern region say there were 3 regional police commands.
Okay.
Yes. And that of Chebinwa Omoye Bakono. And at the same operation the regional minister Ekahu and Omukoi.
Operation
and Omuko Etiwa West. And Omukoti in Crawford. This in Crawford Muchi a hinter, your friends and tip of her. Then the NDC organizer over there and Maye and Omukochi in Crawford. Wamuchi in Crawford no Omusuka say NDC constituency organizer no. Ofiboma Kobi Afiboma Otubi Ninkofo wo ho and I almost score a tax force police for no this guy have the guts a catch a police for say munya Ninkofo and they did it.
Who had the guts? Who?
The NDC constituency organizer of Atiwa West.
Okay.
Yes, this is an issue a current fresh issue. And I walk.
Or catch a police for no.
Yes, someone jam. Much Omodi Ban.
No Mujam. Who evidence?
I'm telling you, this is my evidence. Utimi bisa metro baby I walk. Mitra will be yes.
But is that enough to
yes, man, I'm Mitra. And I make catch say NDC organizer. Kroa Otimu, your friend Jose Achimboma. Ufi Kwabi. Now we are saying who call
the operation we call
last week
Monday or Tuesday
last week within the week
because we follow up
they say go and follow up. The regional minister is aware of this case.
Eastern regional
minister she's aware. Operations are
regional minister Jinahona constituency organizer
is being informed by the constituency organizer. And Omukochi a friend said, Anna
I say
ọ̀nù to be.
Okay.
And ọmọ kọ́ yẹ. And ọmọ chief of honor, ọmọ di wọ́n and he called the police black woman on the road. A quiet so police for need so we I'm telling you with the fact.
Now
and I mean trantro. And I made me
a simple question. Some now war.
We need this is a news. Adding. And your politics me see this with me follow up. We sure say maybe investigative journalism.
But I like me say at what point Enna Oka said police for the nine and Crawford was the regional minister there?
No, when chief first Omukoye. And Crawford no Omuka say Aquanwa.
Ulidi mo.
Yeah, first say yes. Organizer no to O2B or one group. And a police for Nusan call yeah kochi the group. Omo no stop. These are issues I war. Anti or can media me say Galamsey
police for the cooperation no free region.
Yes. Yes, with the regional minister.
I like you wrap up.
Anti me wrap up.
Don't can China for the
friend and me ba China for the so me bra muntaka say obeti miema oberutiti o manase oberi shafo o ma mbeko aba friends no and I make her say anti me nyajuma
say politician now no simuma president no intervention police ni ntimi nya
ntimi now how many times so within this period within 4 months what he say military fort me call wait not chairman of the party aka say there be onya wa me information and see what how many times
your point is now that minister focusing on the political actors and not the police.
Yes. Yes. Omu no mu share friends nasi because of this information baby or per se we are he should rather go through president don't can't change so unfriendly appointees God so kind DC is confirm so that he give a strong warning to them and a second so one galam safe etu me can say it is a Colombia any cocaine why am I saying that one where the official omoko to many time one tempty more than 5 times but almost succeed because I have the support of the traditional authorities over there. Edu baby kura na ebi mu koye mensri ojina. Wonim say omunim say all night friends asofo sorry omu koye prayers aju. Some of the miners echo press spinning machines echo ye.
As if so
all night. No be. This has
what it?
Yes. Yes.
Now, a machines in them.
Yes. Stop them. We all this one.
Go forward strategy.
Yes, I'm telling you. Auntie, your friends say Chinese for your deport to me and your friends say, "When
baby,
who we of one sir? No, sure. We are in this country. Yachi Aisha wine Galamsey Kimpin and anana ya osafumafu ekase we should see a jeli on one and fast from me papamba yan deportu na yenko na by then NDC for mia minya kuma ukuje tu abrakwa say debi uko graphic online is it 2022
okay
dates no I think it's 17th of April oka says NDC bar ya deporter Aisha one krano they will bring her back
to face
and jail them here what's a certain change of today say Mosi how you should speak with one voice ma will you enwanu jema me sanye the same enu na etre say nipa wey oye odifo okanukwe but when it comes in politics because of political me petumi na ma ka bibi when I'm in opposition me buy no na ma be yania me your friends and your owo so no oka ya your friends no abeg support to why na would see for no nya me mpa mutru muju asori man so say sa ana yes I before you words be a yeka yes
an alaje agbe
me tipa echoviere Christo viere busum kakra nyame kakra just microphone wenji wo wudi
and now can is
yes echoviere Christo viere yes me I believe in a cancer I say no see say microphone mo wenji wo mundi
busaka go say dey
echoviere Christo viere Bosum kakra nyame kakra
sanko for no
yenjiwe mundi the same thing in Islam so we Islam make sure you are Islam man ya wo say
me Christo
ni me Muslim
and there's a
kakra
na bonechi
Debbie ba yes Debbie o me na chi
so na ma so e dey say good so no okay
in Islam there were two types of your friends saying in Christianity
okay
one we have the people
Alaji don't mind me I just
don't go there no na His Excellency John Dramani Mama or Yemi Bra on Chief Imam Honkobukutuji you shouldn't bring this one any connection you obia the two
abusumfie nyina be
openly the two descendants of Abraham Isaac and Ishmael one papa about
Alaji enko
one Christianity and Muslim
don't mind me let's make it a religious conversation
media
repatriation
no say never
bia no muso
so amu be tie to mu and they should come openly led by His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama me bra penny but omo pagana for chow say ampa near MPP for under Nana Ado government Nana ya osafu mafu kaya no ampa eyenu kre but enam say ye pay 2 mintina ye di propaganda FM
is the Mahama no
he is in charge
no
masa Ghana for say ya me ba tie because he trusted him and empower him to become a minister.
And also the ultimate financial president.
Executive presidency and a running in Ghana. Yet to about Oman presidential wine picture never. We voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as a president of Ghana and commander-in-chief of Ghana Armed Forces. You big beer on the down. So he is commander-in-chief of Ghana Armed Forces. And by his belief and trust, appointee interior minister. Say, but Dinamino be beer ever interior now be ya. Where your papa dia and your Becassa president. Now so yeah. Now you can say your friends. We don't do that.
So on the 27th of April 2019, Graphic Online did a story. NDC will extradite Aisha Huang to Ghana for prosecution, Ablakwa. A National Democratic Congress government after the 2020 elections will initiate processes to extradite illegal mining Galamsey campaign Aisha Huang back to Ghana for prosecution.
No, but then you deport him.
According to the NDC Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the party has planned the move which has received permission to go public with. And so it is confirmed, he said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Citizen Atuda Zimamemra or Galamsey and the Interior Minister's approach and what you make of it.
Okay. I think the Mekade I will learn not to be saying Galamsey, but I will learn to say illegal mining.
Illegal mining.
Because in gather and sell
Kenya big deal.
Kenya big deal. Concern soon assassin them. And then the or your $1 or $2 sa yari ya wonsu.
Yes, I say.
Alaji, in the illegal mining our way, they don't even need a distraction. They are even doing it at the full glare of people with impunity. Eh? In Kana and Galajo, okay, there be an what a machine's basis one where I diverted the who pay. In the BB, they do it with impunity.
Yeah.
Full glare.
When this guy see BBR.
I'm so seen away for what? Police station.
Yeah.
And you see men who are carrying shovels and walk across road now. You know there's a wrong commercial job.
But before you continue, I just want to add something to a online story na me pull it by, quite significant because of your argument, the backstops with President Mahama. Yeah. And I'm quoting Okudje Toblakwa. I quote, I say, I am saying this with the backing of my flag bearer and my party, that the NDC will trigger the extradition of Aisha Huang to face prosecution in future NDC government.
Yes, they are in government.
Okay, so please proceed.
Medasi, Bibi.
My fear is the way people are doing it with impunity. And it's because they are not just working with politicians, but they are politicians.
Okay.
See, Bibi, businessmen are now more interested in getting into politics. Because first, beyond the quick money, first, a businessman is me, I don't want to involve myself into politics. Yeah. I will sort everybody out and do my business and keep myself. But we're realizing that the politicians were destroying their businesses.
Politics.
So now businessmen are into it.
Yeah.
And some of the businessmen are into Galamsey and they've gone into politics. Mama, you know the MP Kutio.
Baby.
Obu or regional chairman of a political party or a Galamsey.
Yeah.
Or a constituency chairman, constituency organizer, constituency woman organizer, or a Galamsey. So they've involved themselves at every part and parcel of our political, partisan politics. Into a touch now, you've touched your own party member. And it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because any opposition is be generated by a trap here. Okay? Where are you for President Anadunu? Young kind of President Mahama into your baby general. You understand? Yes. Because we said that the buck stops with the president.
Yeah.
Because Oko Car mine and they are no more doing it. What else, man? So if today we discuss there, you would repeal the law. Then it's about the amendment. He said we shouldn't talk about it. We will talk about it.
Yeah. LI2.
If today you say in opposition that Sabi we will not repatriate
China for
were involved, and even Sabi I shall want to cry. Was in the same way we didn't answer. Different.
Oh, there be said that the statement.
I said, I'm time no one channel. Yes. Since I want
the principle was established. Say you deal with Chinese for.
So for me, you see, sometimes it's easier said than done. Where you sit. Assembly it is not as easy as it is. Because the means there are other diplomatic undertones.
I know for
you understand? There are diplomatic undertones. You got 3 billion China for you. No, it will come a couple of there, Sabi, DDP. Nanda so national mugan and you are destroying their name because all the baby no in a young China yipe Ghana haya when we see them we say muna mo say use. You understand? We were antagonizing them in a way in Kobotu will cause some what's this word? That was South Africa now xenophobic reactions. So for me, I as a people, on time I wouldn't say mama politics there, but we should then partisan nature of them illegal mining fighting. If we did not support or we didn't talk about it, in pasta. At this time, if you've come into office and I realize that there was a challenger, as quickly as possible, come again and say, you know what? Probably maybe I'm meeting me Masa, Mina Mumbra, then deal with this thing. Extend a hand to your other partisan people, other political parties that let's come together and deal with this because police for our reshuffle. You see, commandant, even beyond the Alaji King, reshuffle commander issue. Really,
citizen.
Commander or show. Why is the question command?
Why is the question schedule?
You understand? It's the commander Abba. Because commander don't worry, you better pay BBA browsers. I had don't know them them area, hey, them know her, them know her.
The crime office crack condition, how police is in scared better condition. Nagalam saying so better. So question. But it's a baby, you know what? There is also a practical difficulty. Commander Bia or Baby take you over from another commander Bia.
Yeah.
Say, no business interest or district here, they may be my besha 2 years. Now, Hannah me did fear. Now, me free her. Maybe a business no swatch. Send a bay in neighbor cost ready. And it be so and be awesome. So, me, my fear is that officer now, the neighbor Baby replace you, no. Can easily be compromised by the officer now walk on. Because also
as someone in the Bibi, do you know that there are people within the security agencies, national security and COA, they want operation in those areas. And she said, what the one operation one, what can Yankupo Okadan or Chapokadan Yasi?
Now no many back kasa mene a mine be kasa or say unim Operation Vanguard for omo jai soldier jumano because some be near sika through the operation omo jai soldier jumano edium sika munya through the operation to excavators are and they are full-time galamsey some year mining omo jai soldier jumano.
Oh yes. Was one quick crowd to the Namis.
I original commander near the call a year a western region, western north. I saw the moon. The neighbor, papa.
Even Eastern cry, you will see.
But there is a caveat. You have 3 months to prove your mettle. Is that timeline not short enough to force an officer to do the right thing?
DB.
Citizen.
Ghana here right now, anymore.
Oh, saying it depends, Anna.
You see, I've been saying there until we stop rewarding bad things. We will not get people to conform and do the right thing. Ghana, being patriotic is the most dangerous thing to be doing these days.
I agree with you, man.
It's only 3 months. Next 3 months, I'll be getting about $10 billion. Me John wanna make one fine boy. Well, now what about the problem?
And also say obey me a human 3 months so that obey na ache kakra. After 3 months, no I started sleeping.
Oh, on I can go there for 3 months. My establish me link me kwa. Obi all be my catch the master. Some of these things, and some of we think the original commander they don't talk to themselves.
They do.
Obi kwa wa actually yankuda ejuma me wa henka kakra. Nti bi no kulun kwa no kra no se bu we na wo join no wa ejuma. We need to sit down as a people and agree there. Can't we do proper mining? Can't we do responsible mining?
Why not?
For us to be able to continue what we are doing, Yes, I mean, they're mining. But let's do responsible mining.
Let's do responsible mining.
And stop this thing
out.
Okay.
Okay, say just last week here Ghana Chinese Miners Association here inaugurated.
I only saw a flyer.
What will story no baby mass?
Now what is say we are defending?
No. Who will defend that they are doubtful? Because Alaji, the way Ghana say big in this country, so now you see Ghana China Mining Association. I'm sure that every news portal will have this in their bag of news.
I
have seen a certain flyer like that. And I see pictures of some prominent Ghanaians and so on more picture him. But I have scanned for the actual news to find out what really is in there. But there is no news about that. There is only a flyer which can be designed by anybody.
So I don't know. Ubia ntimi ma emeka say a fake. Because news be ba na ewo social media say nye appropriate, you will see it that
yes,
if now say mine is to a minister of friends saying mines ana and ministry be no say mining as
I mean the idea of Ghana China Mining Association is flawed. It is flawed because a foreigner cannot do small scale mining or large scale mining. There is a Ghana Chamber of Mines. Once you are a mining company, you belong to that association. So we're from Ghana China Mining Association. On the face of it, it's not something you want to give credence to.
Ghana
no credit. Me until say very well. I won't encourage.
Okay, let's see. It say true. But say true. Then it's your friends.
Me see me producer anya ho adwuma ma me. Onye some checks be na ye say we can establish any veracity or otherwise regarding this allegation. Kwaku, maybe back to you on the issue of air-med flights and Pamcho Wadaruma, your microphone is live in Tiana. 2 flights here back Ghana, Reverend Team Fojo alleges it possibly came because of drugs and answer money laundering. I think say in name said is a topical issue that a man for no mudi home come. Question is, has Kwachu Fusu's intervention dealt with all the nagging questions on this matter now? I was say you're forgetting it.
Bibi, me that say, but midi we extra talk in fact related to the Ghana
sure.
And is the opposition there can say the gold board.
That's right.
And one key mandate of the gold board is also to regulate the small scale mining sector. Because say a small scale mining sector for the in fact licensing regime is an issue. Sometimes so license no supervision bien koso minerals commission for in the districts monitoring bia geological survey for nyina are not there. Mining experts for are also not there. So the arrangement is that we have all these professionals who will be deployed at the districts. So bois small scale mining for no in professional knowledge here mining on top of that omoboma mu disika no bi di ato ho at the time omu gi license no edi adwuma no so say omu wie mining no na omu antumi an katakata amena no so a sasika no a ye gi di ato ho no ende di sasika no be ye and ase omu akasa be katakata amena no so abeji omu sika ana omu anya aban yankasa na we minerals commission no disika no be ye ebe employer amanfo aye they are dua India assassin so that is another thing a gold board okay. And I am happy that the gold board we loan act has been passed in parliament. Okay. And in the days to come, I'm sure the board itself will be established.
Is there a Chinese mining company in Ghana doing large scale mining?
I'm unable to. I'm unaware, and I'm unable to tell. Say, we Chinese for a large scale mining. I'm unable to tell. But the Chinese,
because you see, to form a Ghana chamber, let me see Ghana chamber, a Ghana China mining or miners association or mining association. You ought to establish a good number of Chinese mining companies within your system. So to say, for an association of such magnitude to come up. Anything that be busa because we know the Ghana Chamber of Mines. Yes. And when I hear it and say I maybe about because of somebody's message or the other Facebook live say Bibi, did anyone say the Ghana China Mining Association is for small scale miners? We are not a Ghanaian journalist and misinformation. And Busa say, do we have Chinese companies into large scale mining? And you bet me a cassette, then we have to establish an association of Ghana mining companies and then Chinese mining companies. And we are dealing with one country. When all companies mining or Ghana have from different countries belong to one chamber. Which is a Ghana Chamber of Mines. Yeah. And then Mami Busa say whether there is a Chinese company.
I am unable to tell say China, and because almost is ubiquitous the right way to say octopus almost tentacles.
Okay, so my producer has been doing some digging and it appears to say no Krobi War Association. Okay, so yes, Alaji. Yes. On the 6th of April 2025. Sure. Where my website happyghana.com. Banner headline: China Ghana Mining Association inaugurated to deepen bilateral collaboration. To deepen bilateral collaboration. Interesting. Right. In a bid to promote responsible and sustainable mining practices in the country, the government of Ghana, very instructive, and some leading Chinese mining enterprises have officially inaugurated the Association of China Ghana Mining, ACGM. Someone say.
Wine open.
You see her.
Twaso.
Oyibi aka ho ma
bibi ene de agi utu pada agumisu
alaji ubo na medebe mo wankasa
medasi
I only saw a flyer and I googled for stories men who stories
bibi when him there is in America. Yes, me can be wo ha my reputation as a municipal chief executive it's at stake. That's one. And I have been the Eastern Regional NPP first vice chairman for 4 consecutive terms, 16 years.
Yeah. Na adiaba kwa sparky controversy ade the Ghanaians in the picture, the group picture. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources himself, one team Finfin. I see is this John Jinapo I'm seeing? Okay. I see Ibrahim Mahama. There are a number of other people who are minimum. Minerals Commission boss, I mean, it's official.
Yes.
And this is under the auspices of the government of Ghana.
Yeah.
The Uka government and not the Republic of
Government
Ghana.
of the Republic of
Ghana.
There's no other Ghana we're going to issue. Okay, so in a speech you read on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana at that program, by the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibwa, said, as part of efforts to promote responsible mining, commended the establishment of the ACGM, advising the association to uphold Ghana's mining laws and serve as a model of ethical mining practices. Dignitaries at the event included the Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opariado, the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, John Abudulai Jinapo, the Chief Executive of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Ahama, among others. I quote, "We expect the association to ensure that its members trade in full compliance with Ghana's mining laws and regulations. The ACGM must be a beacon of integrity, contributing positively to our national development agenda," unquote.
Bibi.
We're from graphic business.
Graphic online.
Business. We're graphic business.
Business, okay. Bibi. This is the time when you're fighting about Galamsey
my name.
What is their final product?
That's when you
Galamsey a gold issue. And I'm a boy. And I fighting. To say you're fighting, say no, I say so. I say why a gold. But Koku, the Thomas, Magbenia de now. One him. Yeah, cool way say you better say you be brass,
Yeah.
Now what's now from another association within the same period. A very day and I bet me achieve say your friend say Jema usi a friend say Alaji illegal mine
Alaji tie. What's your president's speech? Our minister ne kaima no at the launch. He stresses on the point of responsible mining. And he says that this association must be hinged on integrity and respecting of Ghana laws.
Yeah.
That is positive.
Yeah, positive, but
you can even use this association to regulate the sector well.
I can afford a baby or mubu. You pamu petekuko ansana. You to appreciate. Let's get the illegal ones out before we come to this.
But it's an association.
But before forming the
association of regular proper mining companies.
Can say good say bit me form. But in the situation I was say no. Assemble ho, assemble fie. You no. Then you cook illegal mining. Maybe experience illegal miners I think
Facebook Ghana China Mining Association picture no Penny Ibrahim Ahama no find one. So I mean you can see a kungalam since you Ghana Chamber of Mines wa
Penny nipa omuguhano maybe some minister of
lands.
Yes, assemble no kind in terms of fighting about Galamsey. Or see the military crown, they can't fight it. And I
for me association they are fighting Galamsey. One cancer.
There be no see.
I like me time. I'm coming next time.
They will now pray me.
I think so.
Just a minute,
minute to do so.
And now just a second, okay. Or no other country and say I said this said you were forestry by 9. Galamsey Fuaj Etoso. That should be the cardinal priority, Papano.
Kwajo Smart, thank you very, very, very much for your intervention. It has led to getting to know the authenticity behind the story. Could you smart? I appreciate this intervention. Thank you very, very much. So what they message you by two flights.
Maybe Miss and 30 seconds. When we say who can say we committee we and association we almost say they are about responsible mining. Yeah. Well, I also dig up something. Almost say together. We will write a new chapter in China-Ghana collaboration and further strengthen the enduring friendship between our nations. Last part, AGC pledged to drive capacity building and skills transfer for Ghanaian youth through technical exchange and collaborative projects.
Point of that,
Last one, say ACG brings together leading Chinese mining enterprises operating in Ghana, including Cardinal Namdini Mining Limited, a subsidiary of Shandong Gold Group, Gold Star Wasa Limited, a subsidiary of Chenfeng Gold Group, and other established companies. So, what I'm deducing out of this is who companies were small scale mining for large scale mining groups are China 4% forming association and to deal at that level. We shouldn't my far way and found no. I haven't gotten that.
Ghana China Association of Mining.
But sir, your point of that is that repatriate China for China for that's the point you made. Yes. But we've gone into details to find out the objective of Sa group, and harmless.
Galamsey or see Chinese.
All right, so you got 2 flights issues.
This issue about flights now on Moaba Ghana. Yeah. MPP for in fact, General Secretary say. Nanka almost share address for disciplinary actions. But General Secretary no say okay, who be as Moaba Ghana antino. Almost say was a cooking some they don't have time for address. Yeah. I'm saying say as I mean it's not about that cooking matter and I'll establish it. Okay. Share Daily Graphic NIB National Intelligence Bureau
National Investigations Bureau and Intelligence Bureau
National Intelligence Bureau your operation Achi Obi or Cape Coast say or the cocaine they go we tipa talk mo the ba wager
I saw the note here neighbor
and I chino and I want you we no more nipa mienu the account ho asa back wager honum anya nema ni bi and I be nankasa afre media for akache omo say nia ya yie some of the people are on the run inti ye gusu hwehwe omo. Then about 2-3 weeks after that Daily Graphic publication, now you see flight the tarmac and so and as we speak, you see we call that aviation website now flight no baku gusu Ghana. Now Obibeka say esane say yachi sa drugs no cocaine no. And a flight no be so every Grand Canaria Aba Asako Bakunso be able say and I be free and I make Akofa Rwanda Aba Adinyama Aba Intino cocaine business koso and I nkofo Kanyama Bumusa to understand that even young as on mine territorial integrity is at stake. Even AMED check your website your global and I hear say they are considering legal action against Nkofona it's for their business to do because it's not good enough to have their reputation damaged. So baby ami wo na ye kika sande mani bom nyina ko yesi Ghana cocaine hu nsem me ehame because sa conversation no accusations now man for trading in no is not really adding anything to yen worker productivity and yema di we nyama pa be buy no there is nothing.
Am I anymore?
Nothing. But as I say, ebia communication na no. Loopholes kakrabia bemuntino. That's what people want to exploit to their advantage. And no, me, I want us to make progress. Something that will bring tangible. I mean, nyama ebebuayen. And yes, sir. And I'm surprised that till now, we committee now Omampenya Seti Krapono. They are not inviting him. No, let me put it this way. See, he's the MP knows that he's not cooperating. You understand? So why don't you pick him? You write to speaker and way by a new Accra Monday. I was expecting that they would have put a letter on speaker's table.
There is nothing like that.
Yes, and I'm saying that I was expecting committee if he's not collaborating, so you deal with him as expected. Because Onunako can ask him, and the president swiftly responded that committee should liaise with him. Let's get to the bottom of the matter. And if he's not cooperating with you, so you deal with him to that extent. But you deal with him. Now you move from one media house to another media house.
Not intriguing for you as a government communicator, sir? The investigation has not been done. Yet the government spokesperson is seeking to put out a report. In free the investigation. Because you mentioned, sir, there are some ABM gaps, kakra loopholes, be about communication when amount for filling in. And I want MP say anka process na president set it out. Your money we anka sa gaps in massa issues.
No, me view ni say communication we Minister of Government Communication Jadwa Bonteno. Nyama ono civil aviation civil aviation I mean through Minister of Transport in the has provided him to put out. There is nothing wronger say yes adiano edibua aban in my perspective.
President commission and investigation.
Yes.
Then you go on your own to gather information. Before your president's committee would finish their work, you are out there putting out information you yourself have gathered.
No,
are you helping the process?
No, Bibi, sir. Nipano minister, MP no. Onu osi we no cocaine na ya cheno. Flight vi ewo tarmac no so. And now one kasa ekika bom say so ni suspicion no. Say only ni amano. But minister say those jets that aircraft now will link you on. This is what they have come to do. So it's information he was putting out information. Yes.
But he's not just anybody.
He's not just anybody in government. But you see, what he didn't do was that one can say, attempt now MP no ye person or linking cocaine no say you do conning money. He didn't go into that, but that was the government of Omampenya, because who carried the statement now.
No, but the Omampenya of what it did is to indicate that no cocaine transited through Ghana. That is the point and focus of
flights, mobile Ghana, there was no ulterior motive.
Exactly. His point that also establishes yes, that's what he wanted to establish.
Yes.
And Ameka said to be able to establish that ebeso bieni na amobie hunu se no kreni ni no is his approach the best way when the president has set in motion a formal way of arriving at whatever he wanted to put out.
So you see, the president tax now the amount security for no a bit detailed. Had to do with the aspects now muyeka cocaine.
But that is the whole essence of what Kwachufusu did.
No, when I make us say cocaine
just now or the brain say gallons no. What is the objective?
Exactly.
It's to tell us that any cocaine gallons ni simana.
No, I don't know. I see because I jet no, I know who basem say. No suspicion yes. And now clear say you see answer na sa jet no nyama na okra ediko European markets no there was no way they could have just gone only here certification no and say na market European markets sa certification no be from Rwanda no nibi
okay.
So so that was
what say GD some be omo be pay certification by getting their things screened and scanned. Unsusu say ne ebema Ghana fo nyina hu say masa akofo no ma be fa cocaine bi amfiri ha. Is the manifest indicating the scanning report ana
to an extent, but when we say, and that's what I have said, say I do not believe that no court detail.
Was it necessary for him to have done that?
No, I mean because where you vacuum so government.
No, but the president had kick-started something.
Yes,
we all have to have patience and wait. No matter who you are, my president,
but at a certain point, committee at least you need to put some information out, allaying the fears of the public. Say, Bibia and Kososa. But say, we MP, the committee must be able to get him to answer questions. The information be obiano on farmer committee no.
Alaji enko. Babrena kanu senti enye ntieti.
Ya bweni ntieti. But ye be chirichiri mu pa.
Akwenda ho. You should be bisa questions pa.
Yes, bisa nso aye nyambe mai adwin kakra ye be chirim. Ye wo bibi ayeka jai atitatite na ye nya hwan. Buba kai NDC government bra omba ye na ye koti ye si wo machi koko first gold bars beer first point
12 containers
yes omudi ko
Sapeman
da be nya Sapeman
da dey
omuti wo machi wo mo your first airport gold bars. That's the first FSA.
Oh, that was just after the election. Yeah. Mo organize a Yami.
Yes. That's it true. That's that one. Yeah, when
I come here from
very good. And omusan ye wo mo and I see Sapeman. Ye container sikani gold. Dollars PT euro eka ho and Alhaji B and eya nidia up to now who is that Alhaji Anyedi
Alhaji no
who is
they are looking for him no
but you don't know him as Alhaji how will
you one who picture no video no
the picture able to Alhaji B any sign your man no echo. But ye be yi niema no
Alhaji Jenisika
wo be hwe ya bra o mu bie container no yi bidie
eno mo de ye di koi
ena edi ye friends ena container no so airport na fi harbor na fi who are the clearing agents omu clear kasa niema no and now I would know. Say a clearing agent will be beba port biano. You can't clear it by yourself.
But how does that justify him for your allegation?
Yeah. On what? Me banya chewu.
Minimre.
Me asamina unimre but what the issue about the plane ewo honu medical reference no ejua ben of supplement
air ambulance
ambulance either over fire rifle and I say bia ni drobi ba and I say and no pass be bia ni pass bia aye besisa ene ediba ena ye eye mi nwanwa sa play no your friend say no Ahmed no omuka internationally, I'm telling you, your best sanction microphone. There's no flight. Able to from the first baby almost inspected the beer ever.
Never so many, sir.
Now, what my side by saying a slow a room, portals were play tour, ni ties ni na shishim. Okay? Obelandia. No. Almost develop fort. It's destination in Ghana. The Basai and Oduya or Kase, or say Onsi or Ghana and Ye. A penny
would say Quatrofusua.
Yes,
or say Ahmed came here for refueling.
How?
Enna crew rest while they were here. And Munya fought.
A penny. ɛno deɛ anadwo mu amasɛm ɛna ɔka I'm telling you mugina so ne say wɔn be refuel a take you on 2 days to refuel that vehicle ɛna secondly nso no plane ɛsiye ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛdi nneɛma ba yɛhyehyɛ yɛ no why not say on continue to your destination assuming two people please
say you no kra ni itinerary
there be the itinerary ni say enye ni final destination in Ghana ana meboa or see emergency bi na be see and to
me catch you say emergency na dem be see
minister based on the minister's friends and refueling no a omudi be see say emergency and also oba ye na tie pie and yes say tie no pie no yemfa bi mra na yemfa ba tie no a the country of this friends say play no a onwo and the ties no buy but rather Rwanda and omudi ties with another plane buy wait what you say the company
but how does that establish cocaine there for her
massa cocaine and cocaine we have a cocaine issue before plane land here and oba for so party picture me picture yeah cocaine nipa no we know how many friends say kilograms of cocaine to ebaye where another exception and of course so kwachi odi omu video no a ochire ya ye bie gallon no why the catch us say we mo bie gallon no mo ye hu ni
gallon no de mo bie
yes recently ye chikoko ye dey call please ye chikoko e wo Ghana e cross border e ko Togo na e wo Jericho
yeah Cocoa ampa yellow
yes
yeah no cocoa be brew
yes anka omu bie this ofusu kwachi kan say omu bie gallon no na ehwe ensu na oye na Ghana for fili ga do penny yensu apie anka ye be hu say ampa ofusu kwachi government person yet you let us
in fact
penny say ye be CC aircraft enye terminal no na ye DCC uko the friends say airport CC a owo ba bia your friend hanga ye di ko but we show pictures no e da ho perfect ana hwe yenso a mbrofo na wo anka at least say yenya civil aviation for any Ghana airport security ye do
more picture
ana afred ye di fufuro bi
o see aeroplane says your tarmac so a hefa and on by allow say plane or tarmac so as a picture
now
it means that you don't expect say such a picture will come from anywhere
yes we the mission so anya hana de no see
no, that picture established they say in CC plane or tarmac so then where must that happen
our friends say hangar baby within the airport one baby plane even refueling no fuel one asa
me that was it okay citizen manity on this matter
you can defend and defend.
I think this.
But you are not proving anything. You are not proving citizen.
I think they realized a gap and they are taking advantage of it. Me personally, I feel that Reverend Intim for Jodas, he felt there was an opportunity to hit on something like this. It could be there are things happening. It could be you know, but I think there because BBC I'll be catch them there. Mufoni amikite, what the cocaine womb, no, so it's Miss Ryan Quala Mumbo Before Numa. About me, the Mumbo for him over say. As I say, the person is now telling me they are suspected of cocaine. It's happening before. That's what is happening. Or you be see a question, they miss also what's in that. What one he day?
Che over being a Sibia.
So for me, I think that we have gotten to a point where there is a bit of it will bring you problems. You understand? Last Friday, I alleged that
a black Mercedes Benz at 5:45 p.m. went to Reverend and Tim Fojo's house. And I'm suspecting human trafficking or they took drug to his house. He should come and tell us who was the driver of that Mercedes Benz, what he came to do there. You understand?
Now, Obano Abekacho say, Oba Honomo, I assume obey, Nessie.
Exactly, Baba Chayan. So, and now I will say that on proof with pictures. On proof with car on boots now on chair with pictures. And now that's what he's doing to government. But so government should come with pictures and videos.
No, he
come
and
tell us.
come with pictures.
No. I'm just saying based on.
Okay.
I'm not saying Kwacho Fosu doesn't come in here. What I'm saying is that.
Okay, how should government prove that?
Yes.
Okay.
What he's saying, because no matter how you, as something like can or dangerous, no matter how you say it, people who believe it will choose to believe it. People who don't believe it will choose never to believe it. Atasa. I mean, Unibamiti. Go for can stories there. A ship people by a punano, a buffer, a Yamako. Da. Wakagumo. As to whether it is true or not, we don't know. But somebody says it, and nobody pushes you to get information. So until I'm feel there, and you see everybody is talking about President Mahama's response, which was very apt. Okay, you've made an allegation. He who alleges must prove. Into security agency is one friend. Oh, based on EBA intelligence, then your intelligence will cut then we sit down and deal with it. Okay. For me personally, I think the Felix posture, he should have realized that he's not just an MP. He is not just an NDC person or a communicator. He communicates for government. So it's very different. Probably the position, at that point, he felt there was a gap. You see, and Felix has been somebody, since he arrived there, on jail room for anybody to fill it. So when there is a gap, he fills it.
But if you have to fill him out somewhere.
Unfortunately, with this one, I think Reverend Tim Fojo gave him a trap and he fell into it. Because, like you are saying, the best communication should not have come from him. Somebody else could have even released those videos, not him. Somebody else could have done that, not him. This civil aviation could have even
been part of the official report at security agencies in the Baba Montini.
No, even there, in a way, you want to carry people along. There's an allegation going on. If truly there was a video there, why don't we bring it out? So whilst things are going on. So that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have come from him.
Okay.
But as we speak now, we need to understand. My today was a John Jinaposo also was to the diplomatic corps, the dean of the diplomatic corps, to also join in investigating this. They just want to raise issues for me.
And it has international implications for the country.
We should be careful about what we are doing.
Citizen, to that, many thanks to you. Alaji Bodinga Medase, Kokuma Ulinanebe, many thanks to you as well. My name is Bismark Brown, and the show has been produced by Joel Sanko as well as Reynolds Yawajiman. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Up next, Happy Kasiebo, Prince of News, is up next.